Damn it. No, I'm not starting over this time. We're keeping it. We're doing it live. The last Iyith session, hereby entitled The Way to Whitfeld, began sort of recovering from the aftermath of the previous fight with Ori. The crew put her remains to rest while Ulric took advantage of everyone's distraction to sneak back into the conservatory and plunder the tomb that was now laid open. Because that's the kind of thing Ulric likes to do. So in today's adventure, we have the winding way to Whitfeld as the crew makes their way to Davynn's hometown. We stop for an extended period of time at the fabled Dinginsitch, an inn of impeccable quality, if not dubious establishment. More information about both the Dinginsitch and its rival, the Shaggy Onion Pub, which we have seen in previous adventures, although not recorded, can be found in the Iyith Wiki if you're interested in more detail. But suffice to say that there's more going on there than meets the eye. Other than that, it's a pretty standard character building and conversation heavy episode. I hope you enjoy.
This Ulric guy, who the fuck is that?
The worst.
Worst.
Some rando that just started tagging along for whatever reason. Don't know why he's even here.
Oh, fucking noob.
Is Sin alive?
His mic's not on yet.
So he's dead.
It's like my microphone. It usually takes 5 minutes after plugging it in before it behaves.
He's swearing about Rabbit in Discord, so it might be giving him trouble.
Can you hear me?
Hello!
Yes.
Hey?
Hooray.
That was the best hooray ever!
It's quite an angry array.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here.
Are you good to go? Are you alright? No.
Hang on a sec.
Okay. I hit the buttons.
Oh yeah, is it going?
I guess.
I think we should leave this up to you from now on.
Is that what I suggested? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I suggested. Maybe a little bit, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to do video though, so I just got audio.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I got the video covered. It's the audio that's giving me grief. My stupid lame-ass laptop keeps freezing up. Rabbit is too complicated for it or something.
I keep telling you to just let me do the audio, because my computer is fairly good.
Well, I've got it set up now, so we'll see how it goes. Alright. Shit.
I've got it set up. Shit.
Okay.
Sure you do.
I watch this audio be absolute crap, and then I look like an asshole for having chided you.
Well, at least we tried.
Thanks.
It's very optimistic.
Oh, I'm not even in the actual game.
No, you're not.
Go ahead, though.
Well, I want to make sure you can get in without crashing.
Probably can.
Okay. Well, I'll wait till you do that. Okay, so who remembers what happened last time?
I think if I just make screaming noises for like 5 minutes.
Evil Witch killed the entire party a whole bunch, but we won anyway.
Yeah.
Yay!
And then we went back to the library after burying Ori and huddled, terrified, and beaten.
Yeah, you guys are pretty roughed up.
Well, looks like I gotta pick better spells next time.
Oh, stop.
That's.
I mean, you know, just
Kern
because
saved all of our asses. We didn't need you to do anything on the video.
you're fine.
Um. Oh. Was this a Wraith lady? Was she kind of like shadowy and stuff? This Wraith Amra?
Kind of shadowy.
Yeah, like was she made of shadows or was she like?
She.
What did she look?
I mean, you guys didn't get real close enough to experiment or anything, but she did. She didn't seem entirely corporeal. No.
Okay.
Yeah, whether she was comprised of shadows or something else, you know, you really didn't get enough chance to investigate, but yeah, she didn't look entirely solid.
So we're gonna try to sort that out before we leave, or are we just gonna leave?
See, I just have the horrible feeling that she's one of the only things preventing the Marins from completely looting this place. So I kind of want to leave her here so she can, kill him.
Oh, so she raised the other thing. I don't really want to know what she would be like if we tried to fight it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. She's a good guard dog for now, anyway.
Is that the consensus then? Is to leave?
Smash
Yeah,
cut to a month
Sorry,
later.
I'm
no one's
still
alive.
totally distracted. I'm
I know.
not even okay.
It's all right.
Like once we own the place, we can work on kicking her out. But
I'm slightly concerned we'll come back in like a month and there's nobody left alive within 50 miles because we left this thing alone.
She's more powerful.
I mean, but at least we wouldn't have to deal with the Marins trying to kick us out.
Yeah. Plus, didn't we tell them that we were going to be leaving?
You did. You had a quote unquote run-in with the most mild-mannered caretaker in creation, Hanneth, who asked you extremely politely to vacate the premises on behalf of the Marins. And you said that Ulric was trapped underneath the bookcase, and you asked him for a 24-hour extension.
Yeah.
It takes time to
How did
build
that work?
boys.
Because, yeah, it takes time to build a winch, apparently. Which was a brilliantly awful lie, but you managed to pull that off, and it was pretty amazing.
I was proud of all of you.
Yes, it really was a very good deception. Okay.
So I say we take anything that's like super important with us.
Well, we can't take any of the books or they disintegrate.
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
So we might as well just like lock that place up if we can.
Didn't we have a plan for locking it up?
Lily set up wards overnight when you guys went to sleep.
Didn't we have a better plan?
I don't.
Wow.
Anybody have powdered...
That's temporary, isn't it?
Oh, you meant for long term. I thought you meant like
Yeah.
for overnight. I was like, wow.
No.
Okay, before we get too deep into it, Sin, are you stable? I see you're in roll 20. Are you?
I don't want to jinx it by saying yes.
Okay.
I'll say yes.
So we can start officially. And,
Yeah.
And okay, so we're gonna start officially now. That was recap. Now we're doing it live. Damn it. Okay. So to sum up where we actually left off. You guys did get a long rest. What?
Scree-opt! No!
No, you guys do qualify for a long rest, so if you need to make character sheet adjustments, please go ahead and do that.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Hit points.
Yes, hit points.
Was it 2?
We'll go ahead and just say that the alarm spell was actually used. Not that it matters with the reset, but just for funsies. And we will go ahead and pick up the next morning after you all have rested in the library of the Emerald Manor, where you're discussing your next moves, and I will shut up and let you do that.
I sure wish some giant voice in the sky would tell us our next move.
Yes, well, I'm afraid that is quite unlikely, Ulric.
Oh,
We
well.
left the cleric alone for long enough. I'm joking. Anyway.
I think we should maybe go to Whitfeld and see if we can dig up some evidence that Davynn is in fact one of these Marins.
Sorry.
Or more evidence. Because we haven't found anything super conclusive yet, have we?
No, we have not.
What's your
Whitfield-
stake in this, by the way? I mean, I don't want to be rude, but we just met you, and whether or not Davynn inherits this place is kind of like, what's it to you?
Well, what's it to you? Seriously, really,
What's it
this
to you,
boils
Ulric? You're
down
leaving.
just
You're
down
leaving the next.
to Davynn. Anyone else, like Xylund, is just a hanger-on trying to get rich and play with his inheritance, I believe.
Davynn is my friend. Davynn is my good friend, and I'm trying to help him get what he's owed.
Yeah, Ulrich,
For
just
what
don't
cut?
assume that everybody has the same motivation you do.
I think I know Xylund well enough. I know his motivations pretty well.
You don't know shit.
I know plenty.
Rest assured, Ulric, we know your intelligence.
Thank you.
I'm not questioning his intelligence.
But
Although,
as for my stake, my sister and I were rather hoping that if we assisted young Davynn in gaining his inheritance, that perhaps he will allow us to continue perusing his library.
And quite frankly, this is a hell of a story, and I'd like to tag along to see how it plays out.
Plus, all of you are tolerable of our inclinations, and that's rather hard to find in this day and age.
well, probably. I shoot Gayle a look to see how he's taking that.
Yeah, Gayle has got his face in whatever book he has chosen for the moment and is choosing to not engage in this conversation.
But yeah, we'll have time to sort that out if we go to Whitfeld.
It would be much appreciated, yes.
Weren't we going to Didn't we have something going on to go get that orb?
Did we?
Yeah. That's
Well,
why
I
we
mean-
came here in the first place.
Oh yeah, I mean, yes, of course, obviously. But we don't really know any more about it than we did before, other than Aramhethe made it. Do we? Or did I miss something?
Well, we know that it could potentially open portals to different worlds, and it's like hella dangerous, and we
The
probably
Shadowfell, particularly, if I remember.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we'll eventually get there, but I was thinking maybe we could swing past Whitfeld, up through Greylock, and then over to the orb.
Is
Make a
Whitfeld,
big circle.
I think we might need to make a geography check with the DM.
Yeah.
One.
is Whitfeld actually like anywhere in between us and the orb?
Technically, no. Whitfeld is not. Whitfeld is north of the Feymore Trade Road, which is the northernmost trade road, rather than the centralized one that you guys have traveled back and forth from Greylock to Loreholt. The Feymore Road is much further north than that, and Whitfeld's even further north than there. It's closer to Murstone than Greylock, really. If you were to go north east, you would hit Whitfeld. If you want to go back to where the kobolds were, you'd have to kind of skew closer to Murstone. So you could kind of do a roundabout thing, but it would make more sense if you went to Whitfeld and then where the kobolds were, if that's your plan, and then to Greylock rather than trying to go the other way around.
So could we hit Murstone before the kobolds or no?
You could, yeah. Murstone and the kobolds are not far apart. So yeah, you could cut from Whitfeld. If you're heading from Whitfeld, you could definitely cut from Whitfeld to Murstone and then go back north up into the hills to where the kobolds were, assuming you remember where they are because you lost your barbarian.
Oh,
And the direwolf.
Well, the barbarian had recall. Geographical recall.
Imp 5 remembered everywhere we went.
Yeah. So you gotta find it. Whitfeld and Murstone, obviously you can make your way there based on locals. The Kobold lair is gonna be a little trixier if you don't know where you're going.
How about we go Whitfeld, Murstone, Kobolds, grab the orb, and take it to Nisali and Greylock.
Yeah. And hopefully on that way we find stuff that proves that Davynn is, in fact, the rightful owner of this place.
Yeah. And also, in Murstone, maybe we'll find out more about the Conjuress, Amra, and also maybe a guide to the Kobolds, if we're lucky. I don't know.
Yeah. Break.
Something I've been meaning to ask, but I haven't been sure if you've already answered since I was in a coma for one session. Who are the lot of you working for?
Mysterious powers.
Thank you, Xylund.
You're welcome.
I'll look at Ulric like, please, you're my friend.
There's this Nidali woman.
Nisali.
In
God damn it, get her name right.
whatever. When she becomes important, I'll remember her. She's some sort of fabled hero, something like that. She has the party completely ensorcelled and has told them that their lives are important for saving the world or something. And it got 2 of them killed.
That's a lot more of an answer than I was expecting.
I'd assume...
Well, I've got no allegiance to her. I still work for Marston.
She's one of the Ninmatai, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, that is certainly a prestigious employer.
Well, if you like people who can rifle through your head.
That wasn't her. That was Cat.
My, y'all have
I don't know. I don't trust anyone with godlike powers.
You all have some very interesting acquaintances. However, I believe my sister and I could be of use to you if you would not mind us traveling with you for some time.
I would mind you traveling with them for some time.
Well, we can also...
You don't have to travel with us, Ulric. I mean, you were going to leave anyway at the next settlement, weren't you?
That was my plan, but I wouldn't dare leave people I consider my dear, wonderful friends, alone with the likes of you.
Well, Ulric,
and by you, I mean all of you.
Well, Ulric, if it's any consolation, at least we'll be keeping you company once again.
I mean, that part's good, but... I mean, if you really want to go with them,
We do.
can't really stop you. Though it's against my greatest advices. I suppose I have no choice but to follow along as protector.
Ulric, I think they can handle themselves quite well.
Yeah, you hit one thing, man. Hit one thing once, and now you're like master of the universe.
Evil creatures.
Well, Ulric, consider my... as sarcastic as my sister is being right now, I know we are both glad for your company.
Oh, thank you. That's the nicest thing I've heard in months.
Oh,
Michael's here.
Michael's here!
Yay!
Hi, Michael!
Hello, we're busy attempting to plan.
Oh boy, that always goes super well for you guys.
Yep.
I just I placed Davynn out visiting Ori's grave alone.
That sounds about
until
right.
you arrived. So just so you know, while you get some.
Sounds about right to me.
I think we decided we're going to go to Whitfeld, then Murstone, then the Kobolds to grab the Dragon Orb, then back to Greylock.
So wait, Whitfeld first?
Well, to find out some more evidence, hopefully, about your heritage and strengthen our case.
Right.
Because it's more en route with eventually getting to the Kobold Cave.
Yeah, we can do a kind of a circle. I don't know.
Okay, so it's kind of like along the way.
Sort of.
I was gonna say the orb seems like the higher priority for
Well,
world.
It's on the way.
Yes, I think we shall travel with you at least as far as Greylock. My sister and I are not very welcome there. For
Just
obvious reasons.
keep the Sparky.
Is it the horns?
Though.
Yes, Davynn. Most assuredly, it's the horns.
Also, hi, I'm back.
Hi.
Thank you for your announcement. You would make a cunning road.
Okay. So, do you want to try to seal off all the important places in this house, and then hope that they don't try to mess up this place, and hope that the spirit of Amara, protects it enough until we get back, and then we'll deal with her.
Actually, yeah, about that, are we just going to let my grandma, I guess, roam around in the forest? Because that seems like it could be dangerous.
Well, we thought she'd make a good guard dog, though. I mean, guard grandma.
At the very
I don't
least,
know about that, because, what if somebody else comes along and they're just uninvolved with anything, and then they just get attacked by this random guard grandma?
She's been keeping people out of the house for, years now.
Yeah, I think she only attacks if the house itself is threatened.
Additionally, my worry is that without the presence of Amra's wraith or whatever it is, the Merins might feel bold enough to more fully ransack this place. And anybody who stumbles along should know better than to go into someone else's home. So...
To be fair, that has not stopped us. Or you, for that matter.
We got permission from what we believed were the owners.
And all of us were at least somewhat aware of the danger. We took the risk.
Okay. Fine. That sounds good then.
I make a living stealing into other people's houses, and I still find this far-fetched.
Anyways, would it be possible for Ulric for you to reset the trap on the revolving door of the fireplace? The acid one.
Perhaps. It would be a little bit risky and my face might melt off, but I could take a look at it.
This is why we love you, Ulric.
Does anybody have 200 gold worth of incense?
Why would you need that
powdered
much
dust?
I'm afraid that I used all of my incense when I received Natalie.
And it was not 200 gold worth.
No, I believe it was only 50. It took most of my savings.
No, I can perhaps store a spell if I had that, but I can't. So. Oh well.
Yes, unfortunately, all the spells that I could have learned that would be useful here, I thought were a bit too flashy.
Actually, I can close off the entire fireplace downstairs.
Would you?
Yep.
Well, that would be useful.
Assuming it's made of stone.
Yeah, the fireplace is made of stone.
Isn't that calling more attention to it if they're familiar with the layout of the house? Oh, there was a fireplace here and now there's just a wall.
Well, I can just close off the
revolving door.
Yeah, the revolving door.
Oh yeah, that's reasonable.
So it would still act as a fireplace, just not a secret door.
Yeah.
That sounds rather excellent.
That is safer than having me go back in there.
Indeed. After all, having your face melt off would probably get rid of one of your more useful weapons.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Jesus
and
Christ. Get a
flashes
room.
One of those smiles with those sparkly teeth.
Lily's just gonna kind of roll her eyes at Ulric over the top.
It's It's a running joke between us that most people he meets feel the need to sort of rearrange his face a little bit.
It's
Yeah.
just perfect fate.
You know what? I agree with that.
Shush you. What do you know anyway?
Well, how far is it from here to Whitfeld anyway?
How far is it? Exactly.
You don't actually know, Davynn, because you went from Whitfeld directly to Murstone, which is the only settlement. I mean, it's one of the few settlements close by, but it's the larger of the settlements close by. And then you've been following these guys ever since. So,
Are
until
there any?
Go ahead.
Are there any maps in this library?
There was an atlas. I don't know if Whitfeld's going to be on it.
Well, Murstone will be, and you can backtrack from Murstone
Potentially.
to Whitfeld.
Potentially. You guys can
Let's look at the atlas then.
try your luck. Can you find the atlas?
Yes. What's it say?
Can you?
Yes.
I will put an investigation roll into that.
All right.
Oh wait,
Oh.
wow.
Nope.
That's
Oh,
the
wait.
first roll of the session.
I'm intelligent!
Xylund and Lily just kind of like
Yeah, you
start
guys just
searching,
wandering and
bumping,
searching.
working each other's way, and just start glaring at each other.
Meanwhile, I'm casting locate object.
That makes sense.
Oh, you did cast locate object. Yeah, the atlas is buried. It would have taken either a very good investigation check, which we had with Davynn, or locate object from Kern to locate it, as it is basically kicked into a corner under a massive pile of books. It is not shelved properly, much to Gale's chagrin. But you do find an atlas. It does have a map of Greylock, in air quotes. The atlas is about 250 years old, so it doesn't feature a lot of the more modern improvements to Greylock. It still shows the Treaty Woods under its old name. It's actually much larger than it is currently. The house location has sort of been added by somebody else. You can see where someone has gone in and marked with ink where the manor is, so you know where you are. But according to this atlas, you should be absolutely surrounded by the forest, and you are not. It's not going to be much help getting you to Whitfeld.
Okay. Can it get us to Murstone?
No.
Okay.
It can get you to the old Famor Trade Road.
That goes up to Murstone?
That runs parallel to the trade roads that you've been using to go from Greylock to Lorehold, but it would be a landmark that Davynn would know. So you wouldn't be able to follow it, but once you find it, Davynn would have at least some idea of where he is geographically. So
All right.
that's the main trade road for kind of that area. But you have to get there first.
Alright. Well, let's try to get to the old
Yeah.
trade road.
I haven't had a drink in days, so how about we, get moving sooner than later?
I can drink to that.
Shut up.
Did we not find any alcohol in here?
None.
That's rather surprising,
No
being
alcohol.
perfectly honest.
And no evidence of alcohol. There were no empty bottles. There's no wine cellar or any other indication that alcohol was stored here.
Yeah. Well, bad luck, Xylund. Don't worry. At Whitfeld, they make this really great potato ale, and you will love that.
Isn't that kind of like cannibalism, though? For you, I mean.
I continue walking.
Okay, so the crew, as you guys are leaving,
I'll seal up the fireplace to make it.
Okay. Is there anything that you wanted to take from the library as you leave?
Oh wait, is there anything other than books in here?
Well, there's books. There's the scholarly books, and then there were the personal journals and stuff that Ori kind of had made a little fort out of. Her supplies were there. There was a table full of jeweler and tinker equipment. We just lost somebody.
I think I grabbed the table.
I'm back now.
Okay. Yeah, you took the tools.
I don't want to take anything, but I do want to leave the transcription I made of the sigil upstairs in the one I was making. I do want to leave that because I feel like carrying it along, potentially having it be discovered, is bad.
Probably bad, yes. Okay, so
should we take some evidence of Davynn's claim? Is there anything we could?
I believe I already took the letter that we got from.
Davynn has his letter, and Gayle has pocketed all of the legal documents and family correspondence that was in that small box. Gayle pocketed that the first night you were here.
Okay.
So you have that.
Let's bury Ori's journals a bit in this library, just in case.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just hide them like the Atlas behind some stacks and stuff.
Okay, so you do that and exit the library, and Kern does his thing. Complete with sound effects.
This version of stone shape actually involves spitting on the stone.
That was my best sound of stone moving.
Excellent sound effects. So yeah, you pass the blood smear and the corpse in the corner that you come to know and love.
Should we do something about the corpse? Like, it feels wrong to just leave it there.
I mean, he's been there for a while. It's his home. You wouldn't take him out of his home, would you?
Wasn't he sent by the other Marins?
Yeah, probably we should do something about it.
What did you say,
Yeah.
I was just asking, wasn't he sent by the other Marins to loot the place or something?
To kill someone.
He was sent to take care of the problem, yeah.
Well, let's just fuck that guy then.
Alright.
We've been sent to take care of problems too. I don't know. Maybe he was just like a mercenary.
Maybe when we come back, we'll have servants and stuff to take care of these small matters.
I think you're maybe overstating our odds here.
Well, you never know. Dare to dream, Davynn. Dare to dream.
Okay. So with that inspirational note from Xylund and his ever-encroaching sobriety, the crew troops out of the main house. Do you leave the front doors as is? The windows are still busted open. There's plenty of methods of entry into the main house. Do you leave that as is?
Yeah, we want to leave it appearing like we're leaving it as we found it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
That's about all we can do.
All right. Well, your wagon is still here
The horse has been eaten.
with biscuit and brisket.
What'd you call him? Snowflumps.
Snowflumps.
Brisket.
I called him brisket.
Yeah.
Right name.
Yeah. It's Wi-Fi material or super Wi-Fi. It's either one. Perfect socks 306.
I said.
We have your Wi-Fi password.
Sid.
What?
We have your Wi-Fi password now.
I'm sorry.
No, we were trying to warn you.
That was hilarious.
Sorry. My I'm moving into a new place, so
It's okay.
my new roommate had to know the password.
That's fine.
Oh, good.
We were
All good.
just trying to warn you, is all.
Yeah, we thought you. Yeah. On that note, I think your roommate needs to know your social security number.
Your mother's maiden name, your bank account information.
At the very least, a credit card number.
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, your wagon is here. Biscuit and Brisket are ready to go. You guys have your stuff. Gayle climbs into the wagon like it's an old friend that he's missed so very much. And we're off.
Woohoo!
So we... Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Yes. The only road away from the manor is actually back down to Liliscea Manor. There are no other roads.
On the Lily's gonna sit next to Gayle and try and engage him in some historical, non-arcane, intelligent conversation.
A very specific category.
Make a charisma check.
Ah, shit! It just two awkward people. Get over.
Oh my god! Wow!
A 0.
That is wow.
That's my second nat one in a row.
Wow.
Third if you count the
We're gonna
advantage.
hang when we get to Greyla. Can I try to step in and do like damage mitigation? Like, no, my sister did not mean to imply that your family was killed by magic.
You
et cetera,
can.
et
I will
cetera.
let you roll. I will let you roll charisma, but you'll have to roll at a disadvantage because
All
now
right,
it's
that's
two
fair.
girls in his face, and this is a little
Hey!
more. Hey,
Oh god! Thank goodness.
so Gayle, having witnessed this exchange that has been thrust upon him by these two tieflings in very close quarters,
It's fine.
nods politely and smiles, and then kind of like turns a little bit so he's got a shoulder to you two.
Yeah, let's
And
go
starts
catch up
to
with
make
Ulric,
notes.
Lily. Come on.
Lily is going to use the twin speak telepathy that's innate to all twins to be like, thank you for salvaging that, sister.
In the future, please leave matters of talking to people to me.
Wow, this twin speak is very detailed.
Very.
No, that was audible.
So you guys travel back down the path, and if you remember, it is about a half day. It is very far from Liliscea Manor itself. But you do eventually see the familiar ramshackle home and the much better kept stable that you saw before. In case you forgot what that looked like. It looks like that.
While we're going, I'll saddle up to Gayle and not try to creep him out. Be like,
Hey, kid, you like some magic?
that was yesterday. You really saved our lives, man. Thanks. That was really cool.
Yeah. I did what I could. And you were, but thank you. I try. Never got to really do that before. So that was... I'm just glad
Kind
it
of
worked.
terrifying, isn't it?
It's incredibly terrifying, yes. Yeah. It's also kind of fun, though. In a weird way.
You did well to keep your head under pressure.
Oh, no, I pooped myself about 10 minutes into it, but that's okay.
You probably shouldn't tell anybody that.
Oh, I'm just... Yeah, you're right. I probably should.
Because everybody else thought it was really cool.
Alright. So he kind of looks down a little bit, and you can see him sort of like going it over his head. Yeah, I really shouldn't have told anybody that.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with me.
Okay, well, good. I mean, I wouldn't want to steal your thunder after pooping on that.
I just laugh and give him a pat on the back. And then,
Go back to his book. Before you go, though, Kern, he will sort of do a little side glance. Did you? I mean, do you know what that was?
The thing that tried to kill us?
Either thing that tried to kill us. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not nearly as learned as you, but all I've heard is tales of like restless spirits not being able to sleep, or curses, or wills like undone that sometimes people stick around afterwards.
You think that place is cursed?
Maybe not, but I mean, they had a lot to lose, right? So maybe there were precautions put in place.
We did just leave it, though, to prey on everyone else. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Point, Gayle.
What was that, Sid?
Nothing. I'm not part of this.
Okay.
you have a point. But I don't. It only like came out when we were trying to mess with stuff in the house, right?
No, it always came out at night, remember? The first night we were there, it came out. We were downstairs in the library. We hadn't gone anywhere near the conservatory. We heard it in the night.
Well, it's probably been going on for months, years. We'll come back and take care of it.
Okay.
We have a lot of things to juggle.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, he'll go back to his notes. Okay.
I would like to talk to the sisters while we're traveling.
All right.
Basically, I've already introduced myself to them, so I won't give them the whole introduction again, but I'll just, like, sit down across from them in the wagon and just lean my head in and say, so you guys are, like, definitely magic, right?
I think the game is up at this point, yes.
Yes, it seems that the cat is out of the bag. And as Lily says this, Natalie's gonna poke her head out of Lily's bag. Sure that Lily's talking about her.
Have I mentioned that your cat is adorable?
You can pet her. She's very friendly sometimes.
Can I pet? Oh my god! Oh yes! I will pet Natalie.
Lily's going to send a mental command to Natalie to jump into Davynn's lap.
This is the best day of Davynn's life. What was I talking? Oh right, yes. So, how long have you guys been doing this?
Years. We learned as small children.
Yes, our mother was rather involved in research of this nature, and, well, mistakes were made.
But regardless, we learned. I can't help but notice that you also seem to be of arcane inclination.
Yeah, I am not entirely sure about why or how, but it is a thing, and I've been trying to figure out what to do with it.
Well, by the scales, I would say you have some draconic ancestry.
Something like that.
Which-
I'm pretty sure that, Vergar is at least possibly related to me. All the signs seems to point to that.
Indeed, if it wasn't for the stigma on magic, that would almost could be construed as proof.
Well, I guess my mom doesn't know about my scales yet. Oh boy, that's gonna really freak her out. That's gonna super freak her out. Anyways. How do you guys hide this, usually? Because all of my magic is super loud. And plus I've got scales everywhere, and I have to, keep them wrapped up and everything.
Well, my sister is a little bit more accepted as long as she stays away from certain magics. As for myself, I generally just try to avoid using it in populated areas.
And we tend to avoid big cities in general. Greylock is... We wouldn't go there.
Yes.
It's a nice city.
I believe it. I've heard. I'd love to... But going in on our lonesome has never been an option.
I guess so.
I would love to see some of the libraries there. However, the churches being what they are,
Oh, shoot. Davynn is remembering that one time that he confessed to a priest now.
You look concerned?
It's probably nothing.
What? We can offer some guidance if it's related to arcane matters, possibly?
Well, I kind of told a priest of Rildis, a high priest of Rildis, that I was magic while I was there last time.
How
That's
are
probably
you?
fine.
How are you here?
Lily's eyes are gonna go wide and just like her skin's already gray and pale, but it's gonna like fade to more white. Like,
With all due respect, how did you get out of that?
I'm good at making friends. Oh, sorry.
Okay, you have got to stop doing that.
I'm very sorry. It's big sometimes. Okay. Nice talk. I'll ask you more questions later.
Davynn, if you ever want to learn more, I would be happy to tell you what I know. I've read quite a bit about, well, people like you.
That would probably be nice. Well, answer a few questions I had at least.
Indeed.
And do let us know if it looks like the Church of Rildis is actively hunting you down. Just, you
I
know.
hope they're not. There's one right in Whitfeld.
Well,
Oh boy.
if they are, us arcane users have to stick together, yes?
Sure.
I'll help you.
It's weird calling myself one of those now. I never really thought of myself as that, but I guess, yeah, technically.
We'll aid you, and we'll show you how we survived all these years.
All right.
Lots of hiding.
And help from friends.
Of course, Ulric. How could we forget you?
Ulric, this is a private conversation.
Get out of here, Ulric.
I don't know if you've noticed, but private isn't exactly my thing.
We've noticed.
Speaking of private, Davynn, I've got a present for you.
What is it?
Ulric
Davynn
will
is on guard.
Ulric will, with a bit of legerdemain, produce the ring that he got from the coffin.
Oh shit, we didn't look in the coffin. God damn it, turn around. Everyone turn around, we're heading back.
Wait, why?
We forgot to look in the coffin.
We forgot to look in the friggin' coffin.
No. This belonged to your grandfather, and I think it's only fitting it belongs to you now.
Oh? Where'd you get it?
It's a big, musty house, and I did a lot of exploring.
Oh,
Why, Ulric? That's
Let's
practically
Just
chivalrous
say
of you.
it's... I'm always chivalrous, darling. Let's
Ulric.
just call this a bit of, we've been on the wrong foot for a long time now.
yeah.
Let's be... Twitch. Friends.
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 Ulric, that's probably the nicest thing I've ever seen you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I was wrong about you, Ulric.
You weren't.
Yeah, I think I was wrong about you, Ulric.
Roll a
thank
deception, Ulric. Roll your deception check.
I think it's
Can I
modest.
give myself disadvantage on this?
I think Ulric would have to crit fail to not beat
It
the
would.
7.
Oh, almost.
Got close.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah.
Lily gives Ulric a bit of a skeptical look, but says
Yeah.
nothing.
So Xylund has successfully turned the wagon around.
Wait, why are we going back?
We're looking
Look
in
in
the
the coffin.
What coffin?
The coffin that had my
Did you
grandpa.
just check out for the entire... Okay.
It's a coffin of an old dead man. Why are we going back to look inside of it?
It's important.
How?
Ulric.
Well, we
Wait,
do
hold
know-
on. I mean, he raised a good point.
Well, we do know from Kern's ritual that a lot of Amra's notes are likely contained within.
Right.
How far did we travel over the course of this conversation?
Well, like I said, it's a half a day to get to Analysis Manor. So you guys have probably lost maybe an hour, maybe 2. Not enough that's going to set you back a whole lot, but...
And back we go.
but yeah.
I think any notes that may have been in there have probably deteriorated beyond dust by now.
It's worth a look.
Yeah. As soon as Ulric says that, can I make an insight
You
check?
absolutely can. Ulric, I'll give you another deception on that one. Oh no.
Uh-huh.
It's on to you.
Oh!
So how does that work? Is it I have to
think
overcome
deception
his
is the defender in
DC?
this case.
Yeah,
right?
Ty goes to defender.
No, because it's like a spell save DC, right? Like
Yeah,
you
basically.
attack, right?
Yeah, it would.
have to-
I would say
have to-
Kern, if he's not 100% skeptical of Ulric, he's at least like 98%. Like he'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but he's pretty confident that Ulric is lying his ass off at this point.
Uh-huh. Where'd you say you found that ring again? That just so happened to belong to his grandpa?
We all did a lot of splitting up and exploring. I found it in one of the rooms.
Uh-huh. But how did you know it belonged to his grandpa?
Well, who else could have a finger this big? Not a woman.
That is sexist. And I thought better of you, Ulric.
We saw her body.
Maybe it was a toe ring.
Oh lord! All right, you guys are traveling back. Featherstone.
Productive session, guys.
Very. If
Guys,
you,
look.
oh, go ahead.
Look, Ulric, it's a good point. Maybe there's some notes in there that we need to look for, but Ulric also raises a good point. There's a chance they're all deteriorated. We're already on their way, and we're probably going to head back here anyways, right?
I would
We're
say-
right here. We just left. It's like an hour out of our way to go back. I'm going back.
What if
You guys
he
can fight me if
follows
you
and
want.
tries to kill us all? Are we prepared for something more powerful than what we've already dealt with?
Well, that actually is a really good point.
What is going on here? Why are you guys listening to Ulric?
Because
like-
Ulrich brings up good points.
And we've misjudged him. He has a heart of gold. Look, he gave me the ring.
I
I
mean,
have gold in my pockets, even.
I will take out my mace, set it down on the driver's seat next to me, and grip it with one hand as I drive. You guys can come at me if you want me to stop.
Uh-huh. Someone's taking decision powers away from the party.
how
We're an hour away.
if I hasted the horse, how much would that speed this up?
Don't hurt Biscuit.
Oh wait, we have 2 horses.
Yeah, we have
Never mind, it's not an option.
Me too.
I mean, guys, it's not going to be that big of a deal. If we thought that we left something there, or we think that we might be able to find something, we might as well go back.
Yeah.
Like, there's no harm. It's just going to take another hour.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Let's sit quiet and let the return journey flash by us.
Now, Kern, I believe you're the one who actually holds the stone.
I think so,
Because
yes.
you took it away from Gayle. So if you did want to try it, you guys are welcome to do so.
Ask her if she can take out Ulric.
I do believe last time we met, she was more kind to me than you.
All right, so we want to try to talk to Kat then?
What do we want to ask her?
I think we should just give her a status update on what we're doing and, like,
2 dead, very confused.
She doesn't know about Annie and Kern yet.
yeah, I mean, I don't think that's really the medium to tell her that. And
She doesn't care. She didn't like Annie.
I don't want to say that over this.
Well, I'll tell her.
You have no hands left.
No, I know. I'm just... if you hold my mace and bash anyone who comes close to me.
Hold it up to my face. I want to talk to Kat.
No, I'll just give her I think there might be a limit on how much we can say, so I'll just ask her, give her an update, see if she responds.
Can Lily try and see what she can figure out from the stone just from what she can see?
You can roll an Arcana check, sure.
I'm good at this.
I'm hopping in on this for when she crit fails. Oh wait, no, she didn't.
Yay!
The faith is strong.
It is.
It's actually a fairly common magic item. It was something that is used a lot, especially in elven tribes. It's just a garden variety sending stone. It has a keyword. You use the keyword. You can send one message. It immediately goes to the recipient that holds the other one, and that person can respond to you. But that's all you get is one message and one response. But you do have to know the keyword to use it.
And it's one message, one response per day, I'm assuming?
Correct. Yeah, it does have, unless it's finely crafted or done by a more powerful magician. The common ones are just one way once per day.
And what's the limitations on the message? Is it just 25 words?
Yeah,
or something?
it's the sending spell, so it's fairly short. You get one short message and one similarly short reply.
Well, I actually recognize stones of that sort. You have 25 words, and you get one message and one reply per day.
Oh. Cool.
And
Well,
it's activated by a keyword. I assume you would know it.
yeah, we've heard it from, what's his face before, right?
Yeah, Navek used it.
Yeah, Navik.
Right. Well, you get one a day, 25 words, activated by the keyword.
Okay.
See? We're useful. We're friendly. We're not a threat.
Lily.
Right.
You don't need to justify yourself to us.
Well,
Says the
That's not
paranoid
justifies
man in the
it.
front who would bash our skulls in for suggesting something reasonable.
Okay.
Are all carriage rides with you guys like this?
Yes.
Many of them are, yes.
Noted.
Don't worry, we're acquaintances.
Good boy.
Well, at least the trip should be lively. Perhaps some music after the message. Sister?
If that's desired, but let's let them send without background noise for the moment.
so do you want to send the message, Kern?
Yeah, I'm trying to count 25 words.
Kern's counting on his fingers.
1, 2.
For the sake of just me and my method of DMing, I'm not going to count your words. As long as it's a short message, and it'll fit within the confines of the spell level, then I'm content.
All right. So I'm gonna say "Hey, cat, going to get the orb
That's two.
now.
Okay, never mind.
Going to get the orb now. Making a stop in Whitfeld to gather some information. Let us know if there's anything pressing."
Okay.
Unless there's anything else anybody wants to add.
Loves Island.
This is against Ulric's wishes.
How many more words do I have?
I think that I like the idea that that's what went over. How many more?
I can do this also. We don't need the stone.
Might as well use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No sense in wasting magical energy.
So do you remember the keyword?
Alex, or yeah, I do not. I do not.
Does anyone remember the keyword?
Wasn't it written on the box or something, or was that something else?
Smell funk?
It wasn't in a box. Well, I mean, it was in the big box. But...
Gayle, what was the keyword?
Huh?
I'm asking Gayle.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember this stone thing?
Uh-huh.
How do we get it to work before?
We didn't get to work. You guys wouldn't let me use it, and then Navek took it and used it, and then you never gave it back.
You remember what Navik said?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Looks a little cagey.
Sorry, okay? I thought that this was like something like uber powerful.
I think you should be in charge of the stone, Gayle.
Well, after you use it, it doesn't work until tomorrow, so that's not much of a boost of confidence there. Hello, okay? The keyword is hello. God.
I love Gayle.
Getting kind of sassy there, Gayle.
It's a really easy keyword. Okay, so Kern.
Hello. Hi, Cat. And then I send my message.
Okay, so your message to Kat was that you were going to going to Whitfeld.
On our way to get the orb, stopping in Whitfeld to gather information. Let us know if there's anything pressing.
Loves that.
How many words do we have
words?
left?
And how many words do we have left?
How many words do we have?
So you send your message. The stone kind of glitters briefly in your hand and then goes dark. And in a moment, it sparkles back to life for a second. And you hear Kat's unmistakable voice.
Well, we mistaked it once before.
That wasn't your fault, though. That was a really good mimic. That's Kat's voice coming through the other side, asking where you morons have been. Don't come to Greylock. It's not the right time. Go to the inn instead. And that's it.
What inn?
One that burnt down?
I can talk to her again
Okay.
if we need to.
What inn? We're too dumb for this.
Well,
But I feel like we need some clarifications on some things. You're right. I'm assuming it's the inn that got burnt down that we had that showdown in.
It's a horrible inn. Let's never go back there.
That was a pretty horrible inn.
Did you tell her where we are?
I said we're heading to Whitfeld, but she said that we should go back to the inn instead.
Well, she didn't. Did she say go back or just go to? Because maybe
Go
she
to.
means the nearest inn. Maybe we'll come across an inn.
Maybe you should ask.
I will clarify, but I just need to know what to clarify.
What inn?
Which inn?
Where?
Yeah, which inn?
Davynn, roll an intelligence check.
This will go well.
Right.
She also said don't go back to Greylock. It's not the right time. Which
We
I don't
weren't
think
planning to anyway.
Average.
Okay. You do know that off of the Feymore Trade Road, there is a very, very large inn. It's considered a minor trade hub there. You know, a lot of the folks that come through to Whitfeld talk about it. You've never been, but you know it's there on the road.
So yeah, maybe she's talking about that one.
Maybe.
I will ask for clarification then if that's cool. Be like the inn on the Feymore, right?
Yeah, I'll type it since I don't have that unlocked for you guys yet.
Yet.
Yes, I do have a lot of this stuff written. It's just
Other first.
hidden. Oops.
Inn on Old Feymore trade route or spooky or burned down inn.
well, I hardly
Also-
see why she'd want us to go to a burned down inn.
Does the Shaggy Onion count as a name?
I think we're
Yeah.
about to find out.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the answer.
Well, I'll justify it as like we've been busy, not been okay. We dropped off the thing with Navik. Been busy. Shit's
What-
happened.
What
Which
inn?
inn? On Old Feymore Road? Yeah. That'll be
Oh,
it.
cool. I have more
I love Davynn.
I will say, we're assuming that cat has sending.
No, I can.
The spell allows Cat
Oh,
to
for
answer.
a response.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It automatically allows Cat to do that. Cat's also telepathic. So, as
Oh,
you know.
I think the twins are going to be very alarmed when they
Yes,
hear
the
that.
twins are not aware of that, but the rest of the party is at least mildly aware of the possibility that.
Especially after the situation with that one town, and we're all doing our thing, and then just hear a cat
Yeah.
calling us idiots in our heads.
Yeah. She was
Best
not
moment.
pleased that day. All right, so Kern,
When has Cat last had a good day?
it's hard. Not since she met you guys. Her life like super
Being
super
cat
difficult.
is suffering.
Yeah, poor cat. So yes, Kern will send his message with Davynn's small add-on, which still tickles me. And the response that Kern gets, because I don't believe you guys can hear it,
No.
is, well, you hear like the long drag of a cigarette, because that is
That's
just
communicated
that's
over
just
work.
part of her now, unfortunately. But her response is, the large inn on the trade road. What do you mean fucking busy? By the light, get your asses in gear. And that's the end of message.
Who is this
He has way
cat?
more words.
Who is this cat you're speaking to? She sounds like a character.
She's quite an
Oh, yes,
amazing
she's-
woman. She hates everyone,
Especially us.
which makes me love her all that much more.
So by
They didn't hear any of this stuff. I'm like, yes, the inn on the trade road. Also, you might not be in the best mood right now.
But when did she ever go?
Is this someone we should make ourselves scarce around?
Oh,
She's okay with magic, I think.
I
Really?
don't.
Just don't act like a Xylund and you'll be
I think
fine.
kind of. I mean, okay. Full disclosure, she is part of the Argent Order. I believe.
Oh,
But
and she can
she's
read minds.
surprisingly okay with that. She's surprisingly cool.
backed up. I heard mind reading somewhere in there. Arch in order.
Yeah, all
I
that
find
stuff is-
myself less comfortable with that.
Yeah, but she's also like our contact, and
And I have definitely attempted to accidentally friend her at some point. Stay!
Lovely.
personally,
Well,
I don't think she's sleeping.
We'll think through what we'll do on our way there. In the meantime, have we nearly gotten back to the mansion?
yeah, I was gonna say, at this point, your shenanigans have led you back to Featherstone. What did you say there at the end, Kern? I missed it.
I said personally, I also think she's sleeping with my Sally, so it's a good.
You take that back.
Silence triggered.
They came to throne after all.
I mean, okay.
Well, let's go check out this coffin. Yeah.
Yes, you guys have have arrived back at the at Featherstone, so you are welcome to explore whatever you wish before leaving again.
Coffin.
Yeah, coffin.
All right,
Obviously, yeah.
beeline to the sarcophagus. So you approach the sarcophagus, which I will go ahead and bring back up just in case you want to see the signs of your carnage.
Yes.
Can I see if there's like very obvious like
Ulric was here.
no like dust all around, settle around an area, but like very obviously like been picked up recently.
The
Kind
sarcophagus.
of like no, like inside the sarcophagus. If
Oh.
there's like anything inside where there's like dust on the ground, but like one area of it is like completely clean.
When you actually get inside, let me clear the carnage here. When you get inside, you make your way to the sarcophagus. The first thing, especially Kern with your passive perception.
Eagle eyes.
Yeah. First thing you notice is that the stone cover is not completely back where it should be. That there is about 1.5 inch gap between the lid and the rest of the container.
Subtle, Ulric. Subtle.
Uh-huh.
So what's in there?
All right. Well, Ulric, I mean, it might be trapped. You should totally go and check this out.
I suppose.
Ha! You did it. There's no way that you just agreed to this right away. If I was asking.
Oh, you've had me be your trapped
Okay.
cat this entire time. The only thing that would happen is Xylund would cry some more.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Let's go look.
Okay.
Yeah, go look.
So the area around the sarcophagus hasn't really changed from the last time you guys were here. The black vines have not receded; they're still here. They're not doing that pulsing, moving, weird thing that they were doing before, but they are still here. They have pulled away from the top of the sarcophagus and the space where Ori's body had been before she began to get up and move again. But other than that, the rest of the room is unchanged. Pushing the lid off, which moves pretty freely now that it's not restricted in vines.
Uh-huh.
Inside is the body of a fairly sizable, presumably male, blue-scaled dragonborn. Wearing somewhat middle-class clothing. It's nothing super extravagant. The body looks slightly disheveled. Just a little.
Who could have done that?
Xylund, with your investigation roll, his fingers are splayed out. They're slightly moved. You can kind of see the indentations on his clothing closer to his chest where they may have been at one point. The hands are now slightly further down, and the fingers are splayed out, which does not match the pattern on his chest at all.
Does it look like he might have been wearing more than one ring?
Possibly.
I shoot Ulric a look.
Ulric will shrug.
Ulric,
Yes.
come on.
I gave back what was rightfully Davynn's to Davynn.
Yes, but
I
what?
think
it-
no
it's-
one can fault me
it's
on being a kind and generous soul.
This is important. I'm not saying we'll take it from you, but what did you find?
I found the body and the ring. Nothing else. I figured, ooh, this ring would be pretty. And I took it off, and I felt bad because there was a funeral going on outside, and I decided to give it back. I mean, everyone else is all about, oh, let's give Davynn back his property. He's a potato. But we're going on and giving up what's possibly the fate of the world so poor Davynn can get money, so Xylund can go on more crazy adventures. Worst paladin ever, by the way. So I felt a little compelled to give the poor boy back what belongs to him by right.
So is our Xylund lie detector going off?
Apparently so. Ulric, I'll give you a chance to roll deception, but you better roll well, buddy.
There's no way I'm gonna believe him. Like I wouldn't believe him if he told me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, given the critical success, while Ulric is incredibly convincing, you may not.
Even if I'd rolled a 1, I still wouldn't believe
I know
him.
you wouldn't believe it. But,
Yeah. Ulric.
But yeah, it's pretty clear. You don't know exactly what he stole, but you know he stole something beyond just that ring. Yeah.
Ulric, we are friends, right?
Of course. When have we
Can I,
never been? Except for maybe when I first met you.
We forgave you for that.
So, can you do us a favor? This is very important to us. What was in here?
Well, not papers, that's for certain. Not any I could find.
And what else?
Just a ring,
And
a body,
more
more
can
rings.
we can do this all day, but the paladin's looking ready to smash your skull in.
The
So-
paladin's always looking ready to smash my skull in, especially when I'm right. It doesn't matter
But
what I
are
found. What matters is I don't have them anymore.
Hey, Ulric,
Yes, Davin.
you said we were friends, right?
That's why I gave you a gift of the treasure.
Friends.
Why, yes, Davin, we are.
Can you tell me where you put it?
I put them in an envelope
You mailed them?
for safekeeping.
Please.
You don't know if they're cursed or not. I know people who can handle that sort of thing.
Did Ulric have time to actually mail this stuff away?
You guys,
I
have
imagine-
seen Ulric. You have actually had, other than when you were at the funeral, you have had eyes on Ulric the entire time. The funeral was the only point that Ulric was not in your direct vision. So if he mailed it, quote unquote, it was through some magical postal ferry. There's not exactly, a post carrier anywhere here.
Good.
I like to imagine that Ulric has a carrier pigeon on him at all times.
Yeah. Ulric, this is the last. Just please do it.
Under one condition.
And that is?
Xylund doesn't touch them.
They're not
Alright.
mine. They're Davyn's. Just hand them over to Davynn. I point to where the rings are on his person and say, I know where they are. Just fucking fork them out and let's get on with this.
I'm so glad I don't have to use that whole person.
Now, Davin, let this be a lesson to you. And for the rest of this lesson, I'll start pointedly at Xylund. There will be those who try to take advantage of you and take what's yours for their own personal gain.
God, you're pushing
Make
me
sure
so hard.
this doesn't happen ever again.
So basically, you're saying don't trust you ever?
Well, no, you should have never trusted me from the beginning.
All right, I'm done with this. I'm holding person on him.
Look, I said I was giving them back.
I don't. Too much talk, not enough rings.
Roll your wisdom save, Ulric.
That's not a good save for Ulric.
No, it's not.
Here's my
Oh.
keyboard.
That was the hope.
That is Ulric's first save.
Hey!
Oh.
Oh,
Boy.
sister,
Ulric-
really?
Ulric will return to Davin what belongs to Davin.
I think we should have let Ulric have the chance to finish talking and then do as he promised.
All right,
Little
all right.
A little trust goes a long way, and we have few enough friends as it is to damage the friendship with one of the few we like.
I never thought you'd be lecturing me on making friends, but you have a point.
It's strange, isn't it?
Ulric, please.
Regardless, Davin, these belong to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Kind of. I mean, we still
Ulric.
aren't 100% certain.
Can I make one request?
I suppose.
If you want to make this up to me, practice the weapon switching thing with me and Xylund next night.
What?
What?
The weapon
What?
switching thing. Remember, I kept on trying to mime it at you and then it didn't work.
No, I'm totally fine with practicing that with you. I'm not doing anything with Ulric.
But he would be so cool with it. Like he's so flippy and stuff, and like he can
I
like sneak in
am
and just like
all
come around the
flippy and stuff.
backside and.
Not only will I
There's no
practice
way I'm
the
giving him
hand
my
signals with you, Davin, I'll teach you how to do the flippy things.
Okay, I'm fine with this. Let's move on.
So there was nothing else in the coffin?
What you see just with a sort of a standard perusal is the body. The body seems to take up the majority of the sarcophagus. It is a sizable man. There doesn't seem to be much decay on him at all. Like he very much looks like he's sleeping. It's not a skeleton or anything like that. He actually looks pretty peaceful for a dead dragonborn.
All right, well, what with the lack of booze and all the nonsense, Xylund's just going to reach in, take the body, flip it out, look underneath.
Well,
Okay,
I
roll
never-
an investigation.
traps go off.
Somehow I'm the villain, and he's just throwing corpses around.
No.
Do you want anyone to help you look? Just a suggestion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we stop desecrating my family's corpses now, please?
That might be a little too far. Just put him back.
Put him back in a minute.
I mean,
you don't. There doesn't seem to be any. It just looks like a sarcophagus. There doesn't seem to be any.
We're good people, guys.
Okay.
I guess
Alright.
you don't want me to smash it. What if there's a false bottom or something?
All right, let's go. Let's go.
no, Xylund. Let's
It's
just
time
go.
to go.
It has been fucked up already. We don't need to traumatize.
Cram the body
Davynn
back in
more.
there.
So the corpse he's got one arm sort of lolling out of the sarcophagus now, and these boots come halfway off.
I'm not sure if this was an improvement, but I appreciate the thought.
Well, let's make sure that he's respectfully put to rest. Just all
I
night.
think he was respectfully resting before.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so are we done desecrating the bodies?
Yes, we are done.
All right.
Okay.
3 iterations of yakety sax later.
Exactly. Okay, Xylund's heading back to the car where he is decidedly cranky. The rest of the crew, I assume, is following suit, unless you have any other pressing business. Graves to dig up, monuments to kick over, souls to disturb.
Let's go dig up Ori.
Exactly.
Like, far in her body or something. That seems like it's in line with what we've been doing.
Yeah, you guys are on a roll today. Everybody clambers back to the cart. Gayle never left the cart. So
Hey, Gayle.
he just looks up mildly as the rest of you come piling out of the manor.
Lily's gonna sit next to Davynn and just say, Are you alright? That
Yeah.
was rather
I'm fine.
extreme.
No, I'm fine. I'm used to this now. This is my life. With these guys. They're my friends. Shit! Sorry!
It's quite alright, Davynn.
I mean, it's all right with us. Don't do that in a town.
Friends are not. That was. You only just rediscovered your family, so to speak.
Well, that's just the thing. They don't really feel like my family. I know they are, but I don't know them well enough to really say that I have any connection with them.
Well, if you're sure. All right then.
I'm gonna leave him dead mouse in Ulric's sleeping bag.
What was that?
I'm gonna leave a dead mouse in Ulric's sleeping bag.
Fair enough. Alright, so you're heading back. Once again. Now that we've gone back to check the oven, we're heading down to Analysis Manor.
Did we leave the oven on in the manor?
Let's go check.
Oh god, we left the oven on in the manor. Let's go back again.
Good lord. So you make your way, spend your half day's journey, which has taken a little more than half a day with the turnaround time there. But you eventually do make it to the manor, to Analysis Manor. Same sort of desolate appearance. You don't see Hanneth, you don't see either of the Marins. Hanneth's cart is gone from in front of the stable, so he's likely out and about. So you can press on to the sort of side path that you took to get here.
Oh wait, Kern, do you want to shit on their doorstep before we go?
Is this something that happens regularly?
I wanted to, yes.
It was a one-time thing. Okay, and I was just in a bad mood. All right.
These guys are attempted murderers. Well, more than attempted.
They'll get their due. They'll get their due. The thing is, like, we're gonna come back and we're gonna take their asses to court and we're gonna like destroy them and everything that they think that they have.
And then poop on their doorstep.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Don't do it until the job is done.
Okay, so poop discussion's over for the moment.
Aren't you so glad you decided to DM, Yuri?
I love it. D&D is the best game ever. All right.
It really is.
It really is.
I really need an Ulric filter, otherwise PvP is gonna happen.
I think that Ulric filter is called booze. And
Yeah.
we're on our way.
And or drugs.
Because you went through all your blood moss too, didn't you?
No, I've still got like half of it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't seem like... I'm not sure hallucinogens would really help in this situation.
You're driving.
That's what they're talking before.
He's a professional. Man.
Oh wait, I've only got 3/8 of it. Damn.
Yeah, you weren't given much to begin with. So yeah, you guys head on down sort of the rutted side path that brought you up to Liliscea Manor, and I really hope you guys know where you're going.
To the left.
Yep.
Because you make your way to the sort of the cliff. Because if you recall, there was not just this Liliscea Manor, but there was an even larger house that you passed by the first time that was almost completely dilapidated. So you managed to pass through there. You've seen some familiar landmarks. You get to sort of the overhang of the cliff that you guys came up where you spent the night underneath in the storm that first night. And so you're kind of able to guide your way back to larger and larger roads by following these small splintery paths until you get to something that looks like a main thoroughfare. You're not entirely sure where you are, but you're definitely not in the woods any longer. You're in, it's a far more open sort of countryside, a little more breathable, a little less oppressive than what you just left. But you are still pretty well lost, unless somebody would like to try and navigate.
Can I use my navigation tools?
Yeah, the sun's out. There's no clouds. It's not raining. It's not dark yet.
Okay. What would navigator's tools... I mean, I get my proficiency, but like what score would that be?
I imagine it would be an intelligence.
Oh
check
no.
As you're,
Hey, I get +2 to this.
Yeah, he does. As you're sort of lining
Net
things
with
up.
the proficiency, it's +2.
Hey.
Oh wow.
Hey,
I will
you
never
doubted.
I will never shit talk him again.
Hey, Kern's a pro.
Yeah, say Kern, the professional pirate, manages to steer Xylund in the proper direction, so you are headed not only north but slightly skewed north, where, at least according to the atlas that you found, will put you on track to hit the Famor trade road.
Gotcha. Awesome.
So you pass through the countryside. It's pretty peaceful. There's actually a little more life than you're kind of used to seeing. Like there are small hamlets that you're sort of passing in the distance. You can see the smoke of campfires and sort of the distant outline of roofs, that sort of thing. Which after your time in Treaty Woods is a bit of a culture shock. But eventually you make your way to a very large, very well marked. This is easily we would consider it a 3 or 4 lane road, but proper marked with cairn stones and even some lantern lights every few miles. And Kern kind of guides Xylund to the proper way to go, at least the way that's going to get you closer to Whitfeld along this massive road. By this time, the sun has definitely begun to set. It's not quite dark yet, but it will be shortly.
Did we run into anybody on the road?
No one directly. Like I said, you saw kind of little spots of people, but there was nobody directly on the smaller path that you were taking. And now that you're on the trade road, when you initially get on the trade road, you don't see anybody. But as you kind of guide Xylund, whether to turn left or right, and is left, by the way.
Yes.
To turn left onto this road, as you go down it, after even just a few minutes, you do start to see increased traffic. This is a road that it's not as heavily traveled as the one you guys took from Greylock to Lorehold, but it definitely is traveled. You see individual travelers on horseback. You see the evidence of wagons, although you don't see one immediately. As I mentioned, the road appears to be well tended and well cared for. So this is obviously a major thoroughfare that you're on.
Cool.
While I'm driving, can I try to figure out a way to get Airless to hide somewhere on my person so it's not flying around my head constantly?
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask about that.
You can try to talk to it.
Kern speaks its language, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Kern, can you convince Airless to hide in my pocket once we get to an inn?
I'll try.
Or wherever. Also, what sex is it? I don't want to call it it. That seems rude. And where would it like to hide?
Okay. So I'll look over at Earless and be like, hey, so no offense, but you kind of garner a lot of attention, and we don't want you getting hurt. So Xylund would like you to hide somewhere, either on his person or somewhere, wherever you'd feel comfortable doing it. Is that something you'd be open to?
And you get that little chatterbox, high-speed chipmunk voice comes prattling at you a mile a minute. And again, you pick up enough to understand what it's saying, but it's still sort of pidgin English for you.
Yeah.
But it starts to speak, and it's like, oh no, you can't hurt me, and it rams itself into the seat, just like goes straight down into the seat of the wagon to show you, and pops back up and gets nose to nose with you. And see,
Helpful.
Okay, well, I don't know. Somebody might try to take you because you're like really shiny.
it seems to consider this for a second. You're probably right. Okay. And it makes a motion for you to put out your hand. Just like hold your palm up.
I put my palm up.
Go on. And then it spins itself into a stone. Just a blue stone, the same color as its skin, but it doesn't have that translucent quality to it. It just looks like a chunk of chalk or a chunk of rock with some blue tones to it. And it just falls into your hand, just inert.
Oh. Okay. I look up at Xylund. Apparently this thing can turn into a stone, so...
Oh, cool. What did you ask what sex it is?
I felt that would be kind of insulting.
It would rather be called it?
I just call it Earless, It's, well... I feel like at this point it's too late. Just be awkward.
Oh god, it's the Annie problem all over again.
It's transferred over to Kern.
Well, how about this? How would you say it in that language? And then I'll ask it.
I really don't know. It just kind of... I don't know this language. It just kind of happens. So I try to say it phonetically as much as I could.
And it just sounds like garbled crap to you.
Yeah.
Silent. It's just... I mean, you can mimic it, but it doesn't... When you say it, it doesn't sound anything like when Kern says it.
Okay. Oh, also, I found this bracelet. Do you want it?
I don't know. What does it look like?
It's a bracelet of prayer beads.
No one cares where he gets a bracelet.
Ulric, please. You have a carpet here that you just pulled out in the middle of the cart.
Yeah,
You're
so-
more of the healer,
By
so
the
you should
way-
probably take it.
By the way, Iri, I am doing an Arcana check on that carpet.
An Arcana check? Okay.
Yeah, on the magic carpet.
Hold on.
Have you been carrying a carpet this whole time, like
Mhm.
on your back?
He has.
It's been in his bag. You know, in his sleeping bag.
Carpets are
Helps
big.
keep him warm.
Helps keep him warm.
So it's more of a magic
If
blanket.
Xylund tells me this, I say, maybe give it to Davynn, because, well,
He needs more jewelry.
he has, it would be another useful thing in case somebody goes down.
All right, Davynn.
Because I
Come
can
here.
get somebody up, you can get somebody up. Pretty sure Lana can get somebody up.
Yep.
But
So I'll give it to Davynn as long as he promises not to give it to Ulric.
Why not give it to Kern? He's the one who usually gets people up.
He just told me to give it to you.
But I've got Sparky. I don't want it.
All right, it's mine then. Conversation over. Jesus, braces of prayer beads, and I can't give it away.
I mean, you
No, I'm
can.
just-
You're just not asking the right person.
just the thing is I was thinking of it from like, okay, I have cure wounds. Xylund has lay on
Yeah, I
hands.
know. I know.
Yeah, it's just,
I was thinking about it more as in we all have magic stuff already.
yeah, but Xylund's gonna keep it because screw you guys, apparently.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure is how Xylund ends all of his discussion.
Yep, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Okay, your Arcana check on the carpet was
Mhm.
a 20.
Mhm.
It's clearly marked with magical insignia. Absolutely.
Oh, sorry.
Anything I can decipher from it?
Well, it's a flying carpet.
Okay. If I did an identify, do I have? Okay, yeah, I have identify. If I had to identify, would I be able to figure out how to make it work without it killing everybody on it?
You think the carpet's gonna kill you?
Well, okay, so
It almost
Lily
killed Ulric.
Lily doesn't know this, but I know that when Ulric got on it, it tried to kill him.
That's true.
Well, that's an oversimplification. I think the carpet would be slightly offended at that characterization. I mean, you can cast an identify spell on it, sure. It'll sort of give you the ins and outs of magic carpet feeding and care, but as far as how to control one, that's only really something you can learn through trial and error.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. Okay. I'll wait till tonight then, when I can not just do it in the open on the road.
That's probably a good idea. Alright, you guys are traveling down the road. Your magical items either in full display or in your pockets, depending on who you are. As the sun sets, the road it's starting to become increasingly more crowded. With wagons and horses. Now you do see that there are other lanes that split off, primarily to the north, but some to the south. These are obviously smaller paths that tend to peter out after a couple hundred feet. They're not nearly as well maintained as this main road is. But you do begin to see in sort of the dying sunlight. You wouldn't exactly call it an inn. You see the flicker of torchlight kind of beckoning you that way. But where most of the inns that you guys have run into are usually ramshackle affairs. Some are nicer, the ones in the cities. Greylock's is very nice, Merriford is very nice, even Lorehold in the Noble Garden area. had lovely older stone homes that had become inns. So you're used to seeing pubs and inns as sort of these two-story affairs that are usually in midland repair and especially ones that are heavily traveled tend to be, slipshod at best, unless it's catering to especially high-level clientele. That doesn't really jibe with what you're approaching here. There is a wall that seems to wrap around this complex as you approach it. It's kind of white stone, but it's not marble or even Geshl stone that you've seen in Greylock. It seems almost like coral, Kern, I would describe it. It's kind of porous.
Oh.
But the entire wall seems to be made out of a singular piece. These aren't stones that have been cut and laid. There's no breaks in the joints or anything, even as it turns. So you pull up, and what greets you immediately is this wide expanse of a hole in the wall where a gate should be, but there aren't actually any gates. There's no guards, there's no security, it's just a wide open promenade that leads to the main building, which is single story. You can barely see the roof over the wall that encompasses this sort of compound. But even from the outside, you can see that the vast majority of the ceiling is made of gem glass and storm glass. And gem glass you've seen. It's the stuff that makes up sort of the stained glass ceiling of the Chamber of the Voice and some of the older temples. But it's very clear, usually jewel toned. It's very expensive. It's not native to the realm at all. Storm glass is something entirely different. It's also somewhat similar to stained glass, but it's got a swirl to it that sort of tints everything that passes through it. And even just the twilight reflecting off of it towards you, kind of catching the firelight as it goes through, it's a very strange effect as it casts itself onto the white walls of the compound. So this main structure is absolutely surrounded by wagons and horses and people that are coming in for their evening meal. The main doors are shut, so they keep opening and closing with regularity. Big, massive doors. Wooden, but again, the color of the wood is very different from what you're used to. It's not the dark oak or ash, but it's an extremely light-colored wood, like palm wood. And then as you sort of pull yourself closer and look to your left and right past the throngs of people and wagons and such, there are similar, smaller versions of this main building that kind of dot the landscape between where you are and the wall itself. It's all really actually very pretty in the firelight. And the crowd going in appears to be very lively and a little better dressed than you would expect this far out in the boons. But here you are.
So we are not dressed.
You are definitely not in the same level of attire. That is certainly true.
Hey, Kern, wanna come shopping with me?
Do you think we need to?
I feel like I kind of want to. At the very least, I want long sleeves.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, Kat she'd be in here, but we can get something. We can get some stuff if you need to.
How about let's get some stuff and then we can meet her in our... What's the equivalent of Sunday best?
Exactly. Yeah.
Pull up the wiki.
I'll look for a place to stable the horses and park the cart.
If you're going shopping for looking beautiful, you could do worse than to go with me.
Could do a lot better, though.
Run!
Savage. It's kind of free for all parking, Xylund. It's very much I mean,
Or it'll just
Yeah,
dump them somewhere.
it's
and
pretty
head into the
orderly.
inn.
I mean, it's fairly orderly, but it's not like there's a valet or anything. You can pretty much park where you like, and folks have sort of adopted their own sense of order here.
Do you want to stay in the cart, Gayle, or do you want to come with me?
That place is gorgeous. I'm going inside.
All right, let's go.
Sister, I imagine you'll be wanting to try your usual charm and get us our free room and board for the night?
Perhaps this time we should just pay the price and not draw too much attention to ourselves.
Yeah, and I wouldn't recommend meeting Kat until we've had a chance to fill her in on what's happened and introduce you guys.
That said, until then, I think it would be best if we stuck with you. 2 tieflings wandering on their own stick out a little bit.
Yeah.
Suppose so, yeah.
I suppose... Honestly, I can't even remember the last time we actually paid for a room.
Neither can I. But I
If
also
it's
can't remember the last time we've been in a city and, oh my god, this is so nice. We need to get out of this cart. Let's go.
I'm assuming
Shopping?
Lana just drags Lily along with her.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go shopping with you.
I'm pointing excitedly between Lana, Kern, Xylund, pointedly leaving out Ulric.
Well, I can help. I've been known to try to negotiate prices. I don't have much money, but I'd love to go with you.
She's usually very effective at it. It's how we've stretched our finances as long as we have.
Okay.
Fine, Ulric, you can come with too.
I'm not sure I want to. You've hurt my feelings.
Ulric, I would be honored if you joined me for shopping.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you, Davynn. I graciously accept.
Don't push it.
Sister, do you think you
But
could...
you have to learn how to talk to people, or else they won't like you.
Sister, do you think you could sell some of these perfumes while we're here? Get us a little extra spending coin?
I can certainly try.
Well, I would much appreciate it. You remember what happened the last time I tried to do it.
With all due respect, that was hilarious, and I'll hold the memory forever, but I agree we should avoid a repeat.
Yes.
Okay. So
I have no...
go ahead.
No, go.
So we're all headed inside then? Is that the consensus?
No.
We're gonna get Davin a shirt first.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you getting Davin a shirt?
I don't
Is there
know.
anywhere that might look like it has some sort of shops in the area?
Oh, there's no actual signage that you've seen. The only thing close to it is the nearest one of these smaller buildings, these little bungalows. They appear to be numbered, but they're all, like I said, they're all single story, smaller incarnations of the main building. They don't appear to be shops as you have seen before. There's no place to tie up a horse outside. There's no signage in any of the windows. There's no goods displayed in any of the windows. It doesn't seem to be a town.
Real quick to refresh my memory, this was supposed to be like a minor trade hub, right?
It's considered a minor spot among the trade hub. Yeah, a lot of the traders stop here before either heading to Loreholt, Greylock, or going north to the smaller rural communities up there. So yeah,
So they don't really set up shop here.
There are
necessarily. It's more like a
very
stop-off
obviously wagons in the parking lot that belong to traders. You can see ones that belong to tinkers. You see the anvils and stuff that are still in them. So there are traders and tinkers here, just none that have an actively open stall right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So we find a guy that's roughly a little bit bigger than Davin or Death.
Can we buy your shirt?
No. We just beat him up and take his shirt.
The cleric, ladies and gentlemen, the cleric.
Good guys.
Okay, so there's not really any kind of market here per se.
No, there's nothing here to indicate a market. No, just this primary building that you're in front of, and then these smaller sort of offshoot buildings that surround it inside.
Does anyone have a
wall.
Does anyone have a coat we can put on him just in the meantime? I have one, but
Honestly, looking at the two of you, I imagine he's...
How tall is Davynn?
Yeah, what? How tall is he?
Let me check. He is 5'8".
Lana is
Oh.
exactly 5'8". The build is obviously a little different, but
Looking between the two of you, sister, I'd wager the three of us are almost the same size.
do we have like a spare long sleeve shirt lying around?
I imagine we have some spare clothes in our packs somewhere. Or, well, rather, your pack, sister.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so, it's fine. I'm used to being a pack mule. Yeah, produce a shirt for Davynn and say, we'll call this a temporary solution.
It's a vivid purple, by the way. She grabbed one of Lily's.
Okay, I'm okay with this.
That's
Now
all
you're-
right. Purple is the color of royalty.
It makes it easier for us to find you in a crowd.
And that too.
Now you somewhat match with Lily.
Oh my god, twinsies!
I think in this
I was
case
going-
we're actually rather triplets.
Triplets Z doesn't really have the same ring.
Oh,
So-
well. All right then.
Alright, now that Davynn is properly attired, such as
Quotation
you all
marks.
are, yes.
All right. So, plan of attack.
Okay.
How do we locate this cat?
She's pretty hard to miss. However, I think it would probably be good to bring you two in on the later part of the
Completely
conversation.
agree. But if
So
she
should
is
we
a
make-
mind reader, as you said, it doesn't seem like that would be too helpful.
All you'll do is make her more angry at you.
So,
Okay.
so she promised that she wouldn't read our minds.
And you believe her.
So, Kern, my question is, do you mean make ourselves scarce, or rather just remain quiet until you can properly introduce us?
We'll try to approach her, and then, I don't know, maybe you guys just hang out in the back, and then we'll ask you to come over, and you guys can introduce yourselves. Otherwise, we'll be like, no.
Well,
Gotcha.
I know my sister is likely dying for a drink, so you can probably find us at the bar.
I think well, I guess we'd be following Xylund.
That's a bad choice.
Fine. Party unity, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, who wants to go talk to Cat with me?
Ulric will, because he's a nice, generous soul.
I'll come with, because I'm a nice, generous soul too.
See? Twinsies.
Okay, so we
It
have
begins.
Xylund and Gayle, who have already entered the bar. We have Team Talk to Cat, which is Ulric, Kern, and Davynn, and then the sisters you guys are just staying in the parking lot, or what's?
No, we were
No,
gonna,
we're gonna
join
go to the
Xylund.
bar too.
You're gonna go to the bar as well. All right. Okay. So we make our way inside this main complex. Obviously, Xylund and Gayle get there first, since they're not in the parking lot dressing Davynn. And
No regrets.
so what you see initially is again, very expansive room. The walls are the same sort of porous white stone that the wall is made out of, the exterior wall is made out of. There are brass and bronze sconces everywhere with open fires in them, and massive pillars that hold up the ceiling of gem glass and storm glass, which is having an interesting effect upon the floor. It's almost disco-esque, sort of the patterns between the wind and the leaves and the fading light. It's very interesting, and this place is absolutely loaded with tables, and the pillars and the tables and the bar itself all seem to be made of that same light-colored wood. And the first thing that hits you beyond just sort of the scope of the room and the size of the crowd is you get the distinct smell of sandalwood, for those of you who've ever smelled that.
It's a good smell.
Yeah, it is. It's very subtle, but it's definitely there. It's pretty peaceful. It's a very warm smell. And standing at kind of a little podium. It's more just a little side area that you wouldn't even notice it was built into the wall if it weren't for the woman standing behind it. I will throw up her picture because it's one of my favorites.
Ooh.
I absolutely love that picture.
Oh my.
Damn.
Hey, maybe we're family.
No, that's racist.
Yeah, that is racist.
Hey. Is it racist if I'm a tiefling?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still pretty racist. So, Kern and Gayle, or not Kern and Gayle, Xylund and Gayle. You'll obviously encounter her first, having gone inside first. But she is a fairly sizable tiefling woman. Very, very tall, middle-aged, definitely well-developed woman. Blue-white skin and absolutely festooned with gold jewelry all over her horns and earrings and necklaces and rings. The gown that she wears is almost the same shade of white as the walls, and it's got trim of different colors into it, the same color as the wood, and as well as blues and greens, and it's a very sheer sort of fabric to it, so it moves with her as she moves. And she's very graceful and one of those people who talks with her arms and her hands to great effect. But she seems legitimately thrilled to see you and greets you and everyone who has come in before you quite warmly to the Ding and Sitch, where she is the proprietress, and she introduces herself as Macaria.
Macaria.
Will you get a spelling of that, please?
Yeah.
I'm Xylund. This is Gayle. We're here for booze.
She just laughs. Excellent. I believe we have a few spaces left by the bar. Just this way, gentlemen. And again, big sweeping arm movements, and so you two are taken through the expanse of this room, absolutely packed with people. There's some live music in the far corner, but it seems strangely muted. You'd think it would be louder given the sort of the height of the ceiling, but it seems to be fairly well contained and doesn't really raise above atmospheric levels. She definitely takes you sort of around the perimeter to a massive wooden bar and steps behind it briefly to take your drink order.
I'm sorry we're a bit underdressed. We've been traveling for a while.
Oh, of course not. This is a refuge for all travelers. What can I get you?
What do you want, Gayle? Milk?
Oh, shit!
Gayle pulls a face. I'll have an ale, thank you.
How old are you, Gayle?
15.
One ale then. That's it, though.
What's the age of drinking in Iyith?
There is no age of drinking in Iyith. And a lot
I
of
will
places,
have
the water's not safe, so ale's the way to go.
I'd like a bottle of whiskey
Of course. And
to start.
I see. A long time on the road, you say.
Yes,
I
very
see.
long.
She just laughs.
If the next few people who come in after me, you can sit them somewhere else, if you wouldn't mind.
And she kind of glances to the door, which has this nearly endless stream of individuals that are coming into the inn.
Two of them are tieflings.
Oh, how lovely.
Wow.
Yes, they're very, I love tieflings. That's not the reason. I'm not a racist.
Let me tell you about those things.
It's just that I've been traveling with
I'm
them
not a
for a while, and I
racist,
could use a
but-
break.
But if you can seat me away from those dirty tieflings.
You're gonna get poison in your ale.
See, as Macaria seems completely fine with this entire conversation produces your alcohol. And says the name was Xylund. Is that
Xylund, yes.
okay?
And Gayle.
And Gayle, shall I open a tab for you?
Yep. Yeah, I'll be ordering more. And may I compliment you on your wonderful establishment here and so on.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And so on.
Well, if you need anything else, just holler and I'll be here. We have wonderful specials tonight if you're at all hungry.
Yeah, actually, Gayle, you can have whatever you want.
And she reaches under the bar and produces a little, like a menu almost, just this little card with food on it, and puts it down on the table next to your whiskey bottle and your glass. She says, please take your time. Let me know if there's anything else I can get you. And then she kind of sweeps herself away back to the door.
Okay.
Where I assume the rest of the crew has entered to the same scene with Macaria, who again greets you as warmly as she did Xylund, and asks how she can help you tonight.
Yeah, came here looking for a friend of ours.
Hi, I'm Davynn from Whitfeld.
She
Also that.
she bows. This is welcome, Davynn from Whitfeld. I'm Macaria. You're looking for a friend in general, or one in particular?
Well, I guess we wouldn't mind a acquaintance in general, but also a particular one.
All right. Do you know your friend's name? Is she...
Yeah, but I don't know if she would have given her real name.
Cat.
Cat. But kind of has a hood, smoking a pipe.
Cigarette.
One of the two.
Sarcastic, kind of mean, but still our friend.
Yeah. Doesn't kind of wants
I'm
to just.
sorry. I'm sorry. Go, God.
We're taking that one to see a doctor.
We're about to get kicked out.
Davynn, did you do friends?
I do friends every time I say the word friends.
Okay.
And I'm committed to this,
So-
even if I.
Oh
accidentally
god,
say
can I
friends.
counterspell a cantrip?
No.
I believe you can, can't you?
But that would also be visible casting, so it's not going to help us.
Upon the use of friends, even as a cantrip, and even unconsciously, it's a weird sensation, but it's like if you have siblings and one of them's ever just sort of thwacked you in the back of the neck, just like with their finger, sort of flicked you, or like flicked your ear. It's
I'm
it's
familiar
a
with
very
that.
small but annoying sensation, and that's kind of what you get in the back of your neck. It doesn't really hurt. It's just kind of a thwack.
Ow. You know what? I probably deserve that. Anyways, Kern, you can do the talking.
Thank
But Kara is like, I don't believe I have seen anyone matching that description, but you are more than welcome to relax while you wait. It is a bit of a full house, I'm afraid, but we can certainly find you a table if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Alright. So she again sweeps you around, sort of the opposite perimeter from where Xylund and
Should
Gayle are.
we try to get near our paladin friend? Or should we leave him be?
I
Oh.
think he's rather tense at the moment, sister. I would rather not subject ourselves to him when he's in a mood.
Okay. So she'll take you to your table. Your table, again, opposite side of the room, so you can't really even see Xylund very clearly, just given the mass of people that are here, but you're seated much closer to the musicians. And even this close to them, it still has that same sort of muted atmospheric quality to it. It doesn't seem to match the acoustics of the building. It's still very pleasant music. But she seats you. It is a much smaller table than probably needed for you, but it is clearly one of the only ones available.
Also, perhaps, Davynn, if you wish to bring us over at some point during the conversation, perhaps a message? I'm not sure.
No, we'll just come and get you.
Yeah, let's not spellcast here.
Yeah, I got flicked on the back of the head.
Are you guys saying this out loud?
No.
Oh,
Are you sure?
yes.
Okay.
We're so dead.
The gist of all of that was conveyed.
No. Either you're having the conversation or you're not having the conversation. Those are the only
Tim
two
spared
We'll
us
come
from
and get
getting
you when we talk to Kat.
Alrighty.
Okay. So Makaria offers you drinks, puts down the same menu for you. Offers to get you anything at all?
I'm probably fine. I'm just more anxious that I can't really eat or drink right now.
And she looks legitimately like, concerned. She's like, please. I'm sure your friend will be here. We are even busier than usual, I guess, because of, the recent unpleasantness. But I'm sure whoever your friend is, it will be here momentarily.
Recent unpleasantness?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
We've been in the woods for quite a while.
You have? Well, that sounds interesting. Why don't I get you drinks? She seems to be pretty focused on that. Is there anything you'd like in particular?
I'll have a wine, I guess, if you have it, and...
Of course. Do you have a particular preference?
The Iyith Wiki wine list.
The Iyith Wiki wine list.
Does Iyith have a wiki wine list?
The Iyith Wiki does not have a wine list because Greylock is not really known. Most of its wines are fruit wines, and they're usually pretty basic. Your most of your options, especially this close to Greylock, is grain alcohol, fruit wines, or vodka-style potato ale. Those are really like the big things, unless you're going into the actual woods and you're dealing with the elves, which tend to brew fancier stuff. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of variation in Greylock wine. It's pretty, like, if you order a wine, you're gonna get one of two, and you generally don't have a choice as to which of those two you're gonna get.
So the fact that she's asking,
yeah, the fact that she's asking is strange.
Okay. So beyond, like, so we got like fruit wines. I'm assuming it's gonna be like just your standard fruit list, and then
like apple, pear, and maybe cherry, and that's it. Like, even that is very restrictive.
I think we'd like to start off with something fruity and light. Perhaps, Kern, you would like something heavier, like a mead. Davynn and I would like to start off with a pear wine, if you have some in stock.
Of course.
Actually, this place has options, right?
Anything you want.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you guys have Captain Jack?
You should wait until later tonight before breaking into that.
Okay, but I really want to try that if you have it. I've heard so many good things about it.
I'm sure we could find something similar, if not that precisely. Let me...
Some like Admiral Nelson or something.
Yeah, something.
I'll take a apple wine if you have it.
Of course. I will be back with that momentarily. And she's back within 10 seconds. Like, boom, drinks. Did we lose someone?
Or did we gain someone?
We're
gaining gnolls.
Oh god, this again.
The gnolls are multiplying. Alright, so you guys have your beverages. She left you a menu. You're now sitting around this table, not having conversations about magic. We will pop over to Xylund. Xylund, what's going on with you, buddy?
Am I muted or am I...
You're speaking.
Okay, good. No, just making sure. Well, since while we're eating and while Xylund's mellowing out, I'm just gonna sort of ask Gayle, so what are your thoughts on arcane magic?
Well, it's a heresy, you know.
Right, obviously, but other than that.
What do you mean other than that?
Well, I mean, personally speaking, that's just the church talking. I'm more. What do you think, Gayle?
I think it hurts a lot of people, and it should be controlled as much as possible. I don't agree with every way the church has decided to deal with magical knowledge and lore, but in my experience, most practitioners are unsafe and should be, at the very least, re-educated.
What about our new traveling companions? What do you think of them?
I think they're unhinged.
Well, fair enough, but they're also useful.
A lot of things are useful. I mean, bees are useful, but we don't let them roam free and stuff in people's houses and things.
That's true. I guess my question is, once we get to a place of real civilization, are you going to, turn them in?
Turn them for what?
No, I mean, like, tell the church that we're traveling with arcane magic users.
We've always been traveling with arcane magic users. And
That's
I haven't
true.
said anything before. Why would I say anything now?
I'm just making sure. You know that I'll put a stop to it if it does get out of control, though, right?
I think you'll try.
You don't think I can? All right, let's arm wrestle.
Fighting me doesn't prove anything.
You're pretty tough too, though. You did really well in that fight.
I cast some spells. I didn't even know they were going to work.
Well, they did. Good job.
Thank you.
What are you gonna eat?
He picks up the menu and he looks at it. I don't even know. I like the smell, though.
Get a steak or something. Put some meat on your bones.
I don't recognize half this stuff.
Have you seen Cat in here?
No. But she's a spy, right? And if she's a dream eater, she can look like whatever she wants.
That's true.
And we could have
All right.
she could be the tiefling woman for all we know.
I don't think she is. It's not really her style. I guess we'll just eat our meals and drink our drinks, and I'll get another bottle of whiskey when I'm done with that one. And keep an eye out for Cat.
Can you afford
And also...
all of that?
Pardon? I'm loaded, I think. I hope I'm loaded. Yeah, I am loaded. Great.
Oh, he's already drunk.
How much does all this set me back?
There actually aren't any prices listed on the menu, and you were not quoted a price when Makaria gave you your drinks.
Well, I will just hope for the best and keep eating and drinking.
Okay.
I'll also keep an eye out of the, without obviously looking, but I will keep an eye on the other group to make sure they're not getting into too many shenanigans over there.
Okay. As mentioned, that they are seated. Well, I don't know if you were here for that or not. But they are seated absolutely catty corner to you. They are as far away from you as they can possibly be.
That's awesome.
They're they're in the corner with the music, or with the musician. So with the crowd and folks milling about, it's going to be pretty difficult to keep an eye on them, especially as you drink.
Well, then I will not worry about them at all. I will just continue drinking and chatting with Gayle and trying to reestablish our bonds of friendship that seem to have eroded over time.
Okay.
I'll do a charisma check.
Okay. Do your charisma check, then.
God damn it.
Yeah. God damn it. It's glancing at the menu. The menu seems entirely foreign to you as well. It's a lot of the beasts and specialized dishes you don't recognize. So you can choose whatever you want. It's pretty much gonna be a crapshoot.
I'll just pick the biggest piece of meat I can see.
Okay. as you two are settling, Macaria sort of pops up out of the ether and takes your order. Arrives with it shortly thereafter, just nodding and smiling and making idle conversation. And you kind of watch her as she sort of flits about. This place is absolutely packed, and more people are coming in. So it's going to get real loud real fast. But we'll leave you to your food and your whiskey and your Gayle. And pop back over to the table.
I want to try and see if I can pick anything out of the surrounding conversations to see if I can get an impression of what this unpleasantness that Macaria referenced is. See if it's being talked about a lot.
Okay.
I would like to check around to see if I can see Cat anywhere.
Okay. Your passive perception is high enough. You don't see Cat. You don't see anyone matching her description. Even nondescript as she is. You can make a perception check next to see if you can overhear conversations.
Alright, this is gonna go so well. Oh shit!
Yes, it did. That's where all those natural ones went.
there is an awful lot of talk and an awful lot of crosstalk here. But you definitely pick up from the surrounding conversations that most of the people around you, around your table, are traders or tradesmen that routinely go between the main hubs, Lorehold and Greylock, and points north, and that they have been unable to get into Greylock. Greylock has the major trading houses of Greylock have been shut down.
Everyone.
So a lot of them are stuck there.
So, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but from what I can hear, all of these people, traders, appear to be unable to get into Greylock currently. All the trading houses have been shut down, and it seems like getting in and out is quite difficult right now.
Oh, I guess that's what Cat meant.
Indeed.
Should I go see where she is?
I mean,
She's a spy. What if we just walk around asking about a cat? She'll probably pick up on that and come find us.
I was gonna say just go outside and do my business.
Kern, no.
Not like that.
Okay, go.
well, you would know your handler better than we would, so I suppose whatever you think is best.
Okay.
I think the important question is, how long do we stay here if she doesn't make contact?
Well, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna figure out.
At the very least, we should be able to stay the night, right?
Yeah.
It is an inn, yeah.
I'm not comfortable saying it into for last time.
What happened last time?
It burnt down.
After we were attacked.
It was not entirely our fault.
So it was a little your fault.
It was very their fault.
It was collateral damage when somebody else tried to attack us, I think.
Yeah. Alright.
Are inns burning down in your company often
No.
occurrence?
No, that was just the one time. I guess we just haven't stayed in an inn since then.
Yeah, no.
No, you guys haven't. You've been in the woods.
And in
Wow.
Greylock.
And in
You know what?
Greylock.
I am personally looking forward to staying in a bed, and I can't see anything going wrong tonight. What's the worst that could happen?
Why do you live?
You see, the issue, Davynn, is you just put that out into the ether, and the rulers of fate tend to enjoy such occurrences.
So,
But now that you've said it, that means that they are going to not do it anymore.
No, that just means that they're going to be
All right.
Twice as
You're gonna
eager.
make it worse. Make up for it.
Hey, I've read tons of stories, and every time somebody draws attention to it, something bad happens, and then something good happens that cancels out the bad thing.
All right. All right. Kern, are you coming outside?
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside, out to the
Okay.
back where there's nobody.
Okay. You're actually gonna make your way to the back of the building.
Yeah.
Okay. It's still fairly well lit because of there are torches everywhere, and each of the little sort of cabins has a torch as well. So it's not complete darkness, but there aren't quite so many people back here. Some milling around the rooms, but nothing major. And what is it you wish to do?
I was gonna do the sending thing again to be like, hey, we're here. Where the hell are you? Except probably not where the hell are you, because then I'll just get sassed back.
Cat's good at sass. Okay.
Yeah.
So
She's the queen of sass, let's be real.
she's real good.
Cool.
So you do your sending and just asking where she is.
Let's be like, hey, we're at the inn. Where are you? Also, what happened in Greylock? Apparently some shit went down.
End message.
Yeah.
The response you get, again, sounding like cat, is good. Glad you guys can do something right. Just sit. You'll find out everything in a minute.
1,000. 2 1,000. 1,000.
So as Kern is standing in the back of the dig and sitch, the rest of you are inside playing dice apparently. And Xylund is getting drunk off his ass at the bar. His favorite state of being.
I've only had one bottle of whiskey so far. I'm fine.
Oh yeah? Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually Xylund who ends up being approached at the bar. A stranger, someone you actually haven't met before, kind of sidles up, puts an elbow to Gayle, so he scoots over his seat. Like,
No, I don't. Just kidding.
okay. Gayle looks mildly irritated and kind of pulls his plate and his drink over one so this new person can sit down. Yeah, they
Excuse you.
lean back, look over at you. Just human, nondescript human. Kind of dirty blonde hair, early 30s maybe, bit of a beard. Kind of looks at your food. Is that any good?
Yeah, it's good.
That's good.
Who are you?
I'm a present, clearly. Where's the rest of you?
A present?
Mm-hmm. You don't see my bow? He makes kind of a pantomime gesture towards his neck where his bow would be. Kat sent me.
Oh.
She said there's more of you, though.
Yeah, they're over in that corner.
God damn it, Xylund.
I'm taking a break from him. What does Kat want with us?
Well, it sounded more like you had something Kat wanted.
Do we?
Yeah, the package Kern was carrying. You guys still have that?
Oh, right.
Who has that?
Well, do you have some kind of proof that the cat sent you?
You want to sniff my clothes or what?
No, thanks.
The sass suggests they're related.
I have a hard time believing that Cat would just send you and expect us to take it on faith that you're with her.
You are very perceptive. You are also very correct. And he reaches into his jacket and pulls out a little bit of cardstock and shows it to you. And it's a symbol from the Argent Order, and it has her signature on it.
I don't know you didn't kill someone to get that.
Well, you don't, I guess.
How come Kat didn't come herself?
Touchy situation.
How so?
I don't know if it's my place to say. Besides, you're taking a break. So he claps you on the shoulder. He walks to the table that you indicated on the far side of the room.
Good luck, I showed after him.
Gale's just full face into his food. He didn't care either. Although he does kind of mutter under his breath, probably should listen to that guy.
I was listening, he wasn't saying anything.
Alright. So our new friend wanders over to the table. Kern, have you come back in, or are you still hanging out outside?
Yeah,
He
as
came
soon
back
as
in.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Approaches the table, sits down, kind of takes stock of each of you.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Davynn from Whitfeld.
Yes, you are.
Well,
yes, you
hello
are.
there.
Hello.
My name's Ulric. What's yours?
He kind of laughs. My name is Stanley. And he tips an imaginary hat.
Oh, nice hat.
Thank you. All right. You realize...
Care to join in for a round?
No, I have things to do. I'm just sort of here to nanny go.
Play some dice while you're at it. It's simple.
Silent. You're being bitter at the bar. You don't get to comment. I'd prefer not to have this or any conversations with you in the middle of this massive room.
Oh, I see.
But, if you all want to retire with me to my private chambers.
I know I look very beautiful, but I'm not that kind of man.
How about just one of you?
That
It's not
makes
making
me
it
more
sound any better. Stanley, I'm sure you're a great guy, but we're waiting for somebody. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Normally I'd take you up on the offer, but still.
Oh, what?
Davynn.
He
Yeah?
probably would, though. To be fair, Davynn probably would. So yeah, he'll absolutely quit the table. He'll quit the table and sort of slip back into the crowd and go on about his way.
He didn't tell us that he was like trying to get information for Kat, right?
Nope.
Nope.
What he has conclusively learned, the party is dumb.
Well, let's be
party is
honest.
smart.
We're waiting. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're waiting on Kat,
That's fair,
and then
that's
some guy
fair.
comes and acts like it's a proposition.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Fair enough.
You guys fucked that up?
Kat said stay seated. I'll figure out something. You'll figure out everything in a minute. And this random ass guy just says, "Hi, I'm Stanley. Do you want to go back to my room?" That was it.
rather rude.
That's fair.
Yeah, she needs to find better emissaries.
Turns out that was actually Kat as Stanley.
I don't think
Yeah,
Kat
I
could
wouldn't
be
put it
that.
past her.
I don't know if Kat could be that charitable to you guys. I don't know if she'd keep up her ruse.
And she could.
She could certainly try.
She could try. All right.
Okay, can my spider sense sort of tingle after like a couple of minutes when I realize that they've probably just fucked it up?
We didn't fuck anything up.
Yes, your inherent drunken prowess awakens your second sight, if you'd like.
Okay, I'll tell Gayle to wait there, and I'll take my bottle and head over there to see if they're talking to the guy.
Okay. You can head over there. They're playing dice.
Where's that guy? I ask.
What guy?
Stanley?
I don't know. Guy with a beard. Said he was from Cat.
He said he's from Cat.
Oh. The man who propositioned us for sex.
All
I
right.
thought you had your fingerprints all over that.
I will leave and start wandering the place looking for him. And if I don't see him inside, I'll start looking outside.
Okay. You can do a perception check.
Do you think he propositioned Xylund first?
No.
I would be insulted if he did.
You don't see him.
Xylund didn't even tell us that he was from Nisali, so
I know, he doesn't lock the marriage to the guy.
he's like, "Where's that guy?"
I said he was from
Okay,
Cat.
fine.
Yeah, he
say
did say he
he
was
was
from
from
Cat.
Oh, he did. My bad.
Yeah, stop.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you don't see him on the inside, so you can definitely check outside if you'd like.
Okay, I'll go outside.
Yeah. He's actually just outside. He's like outside. He's talking to a group of people fairly close to the door. The people he's talking to look like traders. They appear to just be having a random conversation.
So, did you proposition my friends for sex?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, Xylund. Staley turns around, laughing. The people that he's talking to, they don't seem to quite know whether this is a joke or not, so they kind of laugh, but it's that laugh where you're not sure if what you're laughing at is really funny or if you're making some kind of social faux pas. But Stanley recovers quickly and says, well, you know me, and he kind of claps an arm around your shoulder and sort of steers you away from this group. It kind of walks you around the corner a little bit. Oh, did we lose someone again?
Someone died.
Uh-oh.
Is everyone here?
3 gnolls. I see everyone
Did we
else.
lose a gnoll?
It might have been a gnoll.
We've got gnolls to spare.
Possibly, yeah.
We've got
okay.
a few gnolls that we can
Oh,
You're gonna
no. Was it-
afford to lose one or two.
Oh, it was Ina. Okay. Alright, we're cool. So yeah, Stanley, arms still firmly clasped around your shoulder, kind of walks you around the side of the building. Says, I didn't, but if you think it might help.
No, I don't think it would, actually. So what do you want exactly?
Oh, I was just trying to get you guys out of here. I don't think you really want to stay, do you?
Why not? We haven't really had a nice place to stay for a while now.
He takes Sand off your shoulder and kind of puts him up as sort of a mock defensive position. By all means, don't let me stand between you and a little bit of R&R. I got my orders, is all.
What are your orders?
To find you and tell you to get your asses moving.
To where?
Well, she said something about Whitfeld. You guys were headed that direction.
Right.
Okay. Why?
Hang on a second.
This is going to be a little tricky to explain.
Oh, I do have Zone of Truth. We're outside?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're outside around the corner from the main entrance of the building. You're still within the walls of the complex, but you're outside the building.
Do you mind if we step outside and have this conversation so I can cast Zone of Truth on you?
I mean, people talking about me propositioning. If you want, I suppose.
Alright, I'll take him outside the walls.
Okay.
We'll find a dark place, sort of out of the way, and I'll cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
So, yes or no answers. Kat sent you.
Yeah.
And she likes you.
Yeah?
So what is your mission exactly?
Then you said yes or no answers.
Yeah, that part of the interrogation is over.
The rules of the interrogation are not made very clear. You're very bad at this.
It's my first interrogation.
Oh, all right.
That's a lie.
You can't say that, Xylund. You're in the
Oh,
zone.
yeah. I am relatively new to interrogations.
Fair enough. What was the question? Your skills dazzled me, and I got.
You can't say that either.
Oh no,
That
you
wasn't true.
definitely dazzle me.
Are you immune to Zone of Truths? Um. All right. So what's your mission?
I'm supposed to find you and your party, ascertain why you're going to Whitfeld, convince you it's a bad idea, and try to figure out why you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
So if he failed his saving throw or succeeded on his saving throw, I know that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So he didn't?
No.
Okay. Well, okay, we're going to Whitfeld to gather evidence that Davynn is one of these Marins. We are just at Featherstone, which we believe is his rightful inheritance, and we just want to. We're sort of taking the scenic route back to get the Dragon Orb, and then on to Greylock. Was the plan?
Scenic.
Where do you think we should be going? Well, it's vaguely
No.
in the
Let me write this
general
down.
direction.
He pulls out a pad from his pocket, pulled out the pencil that he's got tucked in there, flips it open with dramatic effect, writes it down. Scenic route. Okay.
Well, what's the rush?
Honestly, you got me there. I don't understand why she's in such a hurry.
The kobolds didn't seem to know what to do with the Dragon Orb. As long as it gets dealt with, it doesn't seem like it needs to be dealt with like immediately.
Okay.
And we're heading in that vague general direction.
Okay.
So what does she think we should be doing?
She thinks you should be pursuing the investigation, but since I don't know what that is, I don't know what that means.
Aren't we pursuing the investigation? Isn't this all? Hasn't the investigation just sort of broadened to encompass Davynn and Marin? And tell her we're doing that. We're pursuing the investigation. It's just the investigation has increased in scope.
He pulls out
Everything is really part of the investigation when you think about it.
He pulls out his pad. Increased in scope.
Loves Island.
Loves Xylund. She'll love that part.
I know. It was a winner the first time.
So, all right, you're going to Whitfeld for investigative reasons.
Well, yeah, it'll help us find out more about Marin, hopefully, or at least the Marins in general. And Marin is the one who created the Dragon Orb, probably, which is definitely central to the investigation.
Okay.
So maybe if we're lucky, we'll find out more about what it does. And then maybe we'll stop at Murstone on the way to the Dragon Orb to find out more there too. And then we'll go and we'll grab it. If we can find it. Oh, if she could help us find where the kobolds are, we can't remember.
Help you.
Oh, Annie and Corin died. You should probably put that near the top. Also, Nisali's prophecy or whatever was all bullshit. Put that near the top.
He's writing all of this down. All of it.
Do you think Kat ever regrets hiring us?
Don't show that last part to Nisali about her prophecy being bullshit.
Oh, well, that's no problem. She's not seeing anybody.
What? What's that?
I said it's not a problem. She's not seeing anybody.
Why isn't she seeing anybody?
Town shut down.
Why?
You said Annie and Corin, right?
Yeah, and Lewis.
The whiskey's taking hold.
Animal Lewis. The Jerry Lewis.
The druid and the halfling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Her Grace, he kind of shoots you a side look, declared a week of mourning for them. I don't think it's news to her.
For Annual, I mean Mrs. Lewis, and for Corin.
Yeah, the druid and the halfling. Yeah, she declared a week of mourning. Greylock shut down, and no one's seen her since.
Holy, that's not good. Kind of wish we buried them now.
Oh, Xylund,
We
why
didn't
did
have
you
the-
open your
we didn't
mouth?
have the chance to. The bodies got stolen.
Yeah.
Is that-
I know. I know that. Well, I guess pass on my condolences. We did our best, but
Wait a minute. Should I put your condolences before or after? And he, runs his pencil along. Nastali's prophecies are bullshit.
I like
Before.
this guy. I like this guy a lot.
no, actually after. I'm sorry that your prophecies are bullshit. Your my condolences.
Oh Lord.
Would you like a drink?
No, thank you. I don't drink on the job. I would suggest you don't either, but
It's a little late.
I don't.
I have a tattoo. I can tap when I want to sober up.
Sure, pal. All right. Is there any other information you would like me to relay?
The Navac part was a success. We delivered the stuff, the goods,
The Navac part.
and Camp Vinalis. We did that part too.
Camp. Okay, she did want me to check up on that. So you did see them.
Yep, we delivered the stuff, and they were happy to get it. And they said Nasali is great.
They,
We love her,
that's what they said.
more or less.
And the camp is still standing, as far as you
Yep.
know? Alright.
There was something else, but I can't remember what. Actually, maybe I should get Kern out here.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should. I'll wait.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
Does the Zone of Truth stay active even if I leave it?
It's your spell, man.
I'm looking at
How long is it?
that. 10 minutes. You could.
And-
Centered on a point of your choice within range.
So if it's centered on a point, it's either on you or on him.
I just sort of centered it right where we were
Okay,
standing.
so yeah, if you leave, then you leave.
Well,
It's gonna be right
is
next to
Kern
him
60
anyway.
feet away?
Kern's inside.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, just wait here. I'll go get Kern.
It gives you a little half salute from his imaginary hat.
Yeah, I'll subtly go over to Kern and say so that no one else can hear. Do you want to come with me for a second?
Hey, Xylund!
Hey, Davynn. How's it going?
Wanna come play dice with us?
I'll be back in a sec. I just gotta go.
Or are you here to proposition us some more?
I don't think you did
Judging
that.
by the conversation, I think I need a little bit of a break from this table.
Okay.
Oh god, don't leave me alone with Ulric, no!
Don't worry, I'm here.
And, I'm still here as well, sister. Not quite alone.
Fair enough.
So I lead Kern out and I explain that I found Stanley, and I think that I might be leaving some crucial details out, but I can't remember what they are.
Okay.
I'll cast Zone of Truth once we get back out there.
Okay, so you're recasting Zone of Truth. And Stanley's standing there, notepad in hand, as you guys sort of
Okay.
round the bend.
I think I got.
Let me
think I
double
got-
check with Kat to make sure that this is the actual person that we're supposed to be talking to. I hope you didn't give him any crucial information that could change our lives.
No.
Are we in his zone
I
of
was gonna
truth?
say, did you put the Zone of Truth out?
Oh yeah. Can I make
I'm so
a
happy
saving
about
throw
this
against
right
my
now.
own
Yes,
Zone of Truth?
you're technically unwilling, so you can.
What was I forget what if it was different. I hope it's charisma. Actually, I'm gonna go.
He gets a disadvantage for being a bottle of whiskey. Anyway.
Actually, for Xylund, that's his normal state of being, so he's good.
He's actually had disadvantage this whole time for
Yeah.
being sober.
Oh, that wasn't a saving throw. Never mind. Hang on. Sorry.
It's still a bust.
So you can't lie.
So I'm like, yeah, scrap.
Okay. I'm going to spend my last third level spell of the day to talk to Kat again, being like, hey, so there's this guy named Stanley here that says that he works for you. Is he trustworthy? Is this who you were talking about? Or do we still need to wait?
Wait, I'll go get Gayle. He has comprehensive notes. He'll know what to say. I'll run in and get Gayle.
Amazing.
Okay, so you send your message. The
Yeah.
message you get back is associate pantomime notebook.
Associate pantomime notebook?
Yep,
That's all she said?
that's all she says.
Okay, so he's an associate. Pantomime, whatever the fuck that means.
It's like a gesture.
I know.
Okay. Right.
I don't understand what that means in the context.
Mhm.
And notebook, I guess everything.
Unless he is holding a notebook. You can see
I know,
them,
I see
but
that.
yeah, he didn't take it out when he was at the table.
Well, I guess he pantomimes a lot of stuff, so. Okay.
And he's looking at you expectantly. He goes, imagine,
wait.
I didn't want to move because the zone
Yeah.
of truth. And he says it, kind of like hands up and spooky spirit fingers.
Yeah.
Zone of truth.
I come back before I get 60 feet away when I realize that my zone of truth is going to evaporate.
It is.
So I come back.
Okay, cool. So I guess we're just giving Kat an update.
Well, she was really curious why you, and I believe her exact terms were, retreads, were going to Whitfeld. But your friend here explained that it has something to do with something, and it's all perfectly logical. And I will.
Everything's
convince her
connected.
of that. Yes, apparently everything is connected.
Okay.
He says he makes a face to you, Kern.
Okay, so you can tell that Whitfeld does have something to do with what we're looking into.
I see. I guess that answer will have to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, tell her if there is anything like super pressing that we need to take care of, we are eventually getting around to what she asked us to do. It will take a little bit longer to give her back the stuff that we promised, but this is kind of pressing. So,
Got it.
Love Kern.
Love Kern. Got it.
you don't need to put that part in. Also, anything that, might be construed as rude that Xylund might have said in his stupor, you can probably strike that out.
So he takes the piece of paper he's been writing with, just kind of crumbles up with it.
The entire
The
paper.
entire page just in his pocket. So to sum up, you gents are taking your sweet time, doing stuff that isn't on her agenda, and you'll get there when you get there, basically.
It'll
We're gathering
help
intel.
It'll help out her agenda.
Yes.
All right.
We understand the importance of how long it takes to get everything done, but we need to do this because it'll help out.
Okay. It's not me you have to convince, friend.
I mean, you're the one going to be the one telling this to Kat, so if I convince you at least a little bit, maybe that might help.
I mean, I'll tell her what you said.
Yeah.
I just between you, me, and the torch holder here, I would consider yourselves lucky she can't leave the city right now.
I feel like that is an accurate statement.
Oh, write down that her doppelganger tried to kill us.
Looks like
That's. I feel like that's something that we need to talk to her face to face about.
she has a doppelganger? That's frightening.
There are other things out here that wanted. I don't know how to put it.
Want to fry us with sunbeams.
Yeah. Well,
What?
there was something that took her form and was trying to interfere with our mission. So we're also trying to lose that.
I see.
Could have been a glamour.
Oh,
Could have
really?
been another one of cat. It's people.
Lord. Really? None of this is very settling. Oh, I'm supposed to ask if there's anything you need from the order.
Oh. Booze. Wait, no, we got booze now.
No, not really. I don't think we need anything, do we? Maybe supplies, but like food, but we can pick that up here.
Yeah, we can probably get that here.
Yeah, this place is good food. I always like coming here. I seriously do have a room, and he's looking at Kern as he says this. I'm not gonna be there, but if you wanted to take it for the night, you guys certainly could. I don't think you're gonna get one either way.
Okay.
Already.
Thanks for the offer.
Yeah, no
We'll
problem.
probably stay here and then continue on. Also, just so you know, don't lead with that next time. That was a little weird.
Listen, I'm stuck in Broadleaf 9 months out of the year. I only get to come and do the fun stuff every so often. Man's gotta live a little.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Kern's hearing voices. It's okay though.
Sorry.
It's alright. It's okay. I just want to let you finish your conversation. So yeah, I only get out every so often. You gotta let me have a little fun.
Yeah, I guess. That was just weird, man. That was weird.
Aww. It all turned out okay.
Eh,
You get a free room, so what are you bitching about?
fair enough.
Fair enough. Agreed. Okay, so no supplies, nothing from the order. Tell Kat to keep her pants on. And
Your
tell
words, not mine.
Her Grace that she's a terrible person.
No. Don't say that.
Those weren't my words.
Do you remember what your words were?
I said her prophecies are bullshit.
Yeah, let's not go that strong. You know what I said? Strike out anything that could have been like offensive.
Remember what I said about never having any fun?
I like you, Stanley.
I can't wait to tell the captain this. You boys enjoy your night. And he gives you little finger guns. Like, I'm gonna get out of here. I can't wait to write this report.
Are you sure you don't want to stay the night? We might think of something that we need from the Argent Order overnight.
I thought you said you were covered.
Yeah, but I have a feeling like, I don't know.
So he kind of leans a little closer to you and like puts one arm up against the wall where you guys are standing. And like, are you asking me to come to your room?
You know what?
Oh,
Never
Stanley,
mind.
You are my favorite.
Stanley's the best.
All right.
I think he's asking you to come to your room, actually.
It's not my room anymore. I gave it up. It's yours now. It's gone. I don't even think about it anymore. I have bigger and better things to move on to.
Ooh, I'm sorry, Xylund. That's got to be heartbreaking for you.
But you guys take care of yourselves, and yeah, I would hide it back to Greylock as soon as you are finished being busy. You guys have passes, right? Just in case things aren't.
I think we
cleared up?
do. We had passes into the castle.
Yeah, but what about the city?
Yeah, no, we don't have those.
Okay.
How long is this shutdown going to last?
I don't know. It's never seen anything like this before. Cat says it hasn't happened for a really long time.
So, should we be maybe heading for Greylock instead? I don't know.
If you can't get in, you can't get in. If you need to go to Whitfeld, go to Whitfeld. I mean, Cat's not going to be happy, but you can't do anything about it. Technically, we think. Who knows?
So you don't have passes for us to get into Greylock?
Me? No, I have my pass.
We'll put that on the list then. We need passes.
Oh, okay. So I should just send passes to Whitfeld then?
No, to Greylock eventually.
How are you going to get into Greylock to get passes to Greylock? You, sir.
No, but you asked us if we need something from the Argent Order.
If somebody can meet us, I can contact Cat on our way back, and hopefully she can send somebody to give us passes somewhere. If you guys can at least get them in, written up.
I'll send her something. I will send her something. Good luck with that. All right, gents. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your room.
All right.
And if you need anything else, I'll be gone. So figure it out.
Okay.
And he heads away from the turn of the wall. Back into the darkness.
Okay. Cool. Well, I feel like this is just going to be awesome. So,
maybe no, never mind. What was the thing we were supposed to give to Cat? Didn't Nava give something for her?
I pick up the bag of stuff. But I don't feel comfortable giving it to him.
No, Stanley was a dick. I think I'm gonna go have a bath.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn in for the night. I'll let the others know that we have a room.
All right, so I guess we head back. Do they have baths in this place?
Yes. Yes, of course they do.
I asked Gayle if he wants to have a bath. Not in the same bath. Separate bath, I specify.
Yeah, that would actually be really good. He's finished his plate. He's eaten a couple pieces out of yours. He's finished his alcohol. He's just kind of sitting by the bar. His chin's about 3 inches up from it.
All right, we ask I forget her name, Lanathea? Macaria. I asked her to put a couple of baths on our tab.
Oh, were you planning on staying the evening?
Yeah, we have a room.
We have a room.
Oh. She'll go get her book. I don't see either of you here.
Stanley.
It's under Stanley.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. That's fine. Well, he has already checked in, so I assume he gave you his key and all of that.
Yes.
I assume as well.
Did he?
No. He left.
This guy.
What, he did, but remind me what room it was?
3. And she sort of gives you general direction. She has a little chart on the bar next to her head. And she points out to where it is on the map. It's just there. Now, you've never stayed here before, have you?
No.
Okay. All of the rooms actually have baths in them, so you don't have to pay extra.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
I'll settle up for the meal then, for me and Gayle.
All right. And keep the tab open for drinks, or just go ahead and close you out entirely?
Oh, you might as well keep that open.
And she
I'll
nods
probably get some
knowingly
more.
with a smile. Like, that's fine. She kind of looks you up and down for a second. How does 2 gold sound?
Sounds fair. I take 2 points of psychic damage.
It was really good food.
Yeah. All right. So if I need anything more, I will come back here.
Absolutely. Feel free to retire to your room at any time. We serve breakfast at dawn. Anything else you require, just ask.
So I go over to the other table and I say, so, Ulric.
Oh, it's my turn, is it?
Yes. We have a room. We don't have a key. We need someone to pick the lock.
Right.
You can have the biggest bed, Ulric.
Oh, I see. So this isn't some other person's room we're seeking into. We're seeking ourselves into the room.
Right.
Yes.
But the guy who gave it to us forgot to give us the key.
Of course.
Forgot.
Strangely enough, he's being 100% honest.
You're right, it is strange. I could do it for a fee.
No. I'm not paying you.
It didn't have to be money.
I'm not giving you anything. You get the biggest bed. That's all you get. You get a room in this place and the biggest bed.
Okay, but I get it to myself and anyone else I feel like inviting.
That's fine.
Deal. How do I know you're not going to try to cut my throat in my sleep?
When have I cut anybody's throat in their sleep?
I mean, how do I know you're not going to bash my skull in with your mace?
I won't.
He definitely won't, for the record. If there's one thing I figured out about Xylund is, like, if he's gonna try to kill me, he's gonna do it when I'm looking at him.
Yeah, but I'm not you.
Or you. I feel like he just doesn't want to do that. Also, hi, I'm back. I went to water my tulips, and the tulips are now watered. That is what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Because of disgust. That was not a thing.
I see. Well, if you're all willing to run cover for me, I can make it happen.
The old routine. You can do that.
Of course.
No magic.
I know. Believe
Do I
me.
ever?
We were in Lornholt. There was no magic there.
Okay.
Well, off we go. I'm sorry, Davynn, our talk is going to have to wait for another time.
I am going to approach Makaria and ask her exactly how much a room is.
Oh, well, it depends. Unfortunately, tonight I am absolutely booked. And she kind of makes a broad gesture to the room. Like, I normally try to make everyone comfortable as best I can, but I am just absolutely at capacity. And we don't really have a common room or anything like that. It's all just the, the individual experiences.
We'll make it work, sister. No worries.
Well, that's disheartening.
Well, I do apologize. If it weren't for the influx from Greylock, it would be a different matter, of course. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable?
Would you happen to perhaps have a privacy screen?
All the rooms do, yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's something. I, thank you for the consideration. Right. I'm just gonna go.
Well, have a nice night. Who will settle your tab?
I'll settle mine and my sister's.
You guys never ate anything, so it was just the drinks, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Kern didn't drink anything.
Yeah, Kern
Do you
did.
guys have room service?
Of course.
Oh my god, Davynn.
Absolutely.
You guys didn't eat anything?
Yeah, I mean, we were busy playing dice and waiting for Cat.
Do you not have money? What's the problem?
Oh no, I have money. It's just like I didn't want to be caught in the middle of a meal and have to have a conversation when I'm like in the middle of a mouthful, and then you have to kind of like chew and swallow it, but then there was that awkward silence where you're waiting for you to do that.
Right.
I will say, do you happen to have a berry cobbler?
I'm sure we can make one up.
I'll take that for myself. Lana, do you want anything?
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure? You
Yeah.
haven't eaten anything all day.
I've got some stuff in my pack. I'm good. I'm good, sister.
Lily's going to give her a dubious look.
What?
So that was one cobbler.
The girls may have whatever they like on me.
All right.
On that note, actually, I'll take one of those too.
Okay.
It's much appreciated, Ulric.
Anyone else?
I'll have one as well.
Okay.
Do you have like a shepherd's pie or something?
I could arrange that.
Something substantial. It's been a while since we've had a decent meal.
Well, then we shall do our absolute best. And she smiles at Kern.
Fine. I'll have a little bit of something. Just surprise me.
My absolute favorite kind of request. I'll be back.
That was the glummest surprise me I've ever heard. Surprise me.
Kern gets a whole hogshead.
You get the darrow.
No, mouse folks, keyboards.
Oh. So Makaria returns much faster than she probably should have. But she does have 3 cobblers. The berries are different. They're not ones that you immediately recognize. It tastes great. I mean, it tastes wonderful. And it's still hot and everything, but the berries definitely aren't local. And Davynn, very much the same thing with your shepherd's pie. It looks like one, and it tastes mostly like one, and it is everything you asked for. It's hot, and it's freshly made, and it's substantial, but the meats and veggies inside are not exactly what you're used to. They're a little bit off. Still very tasty, but not local.
Are the berries tart, sweet, or citrusy?
They're the closest thing would definitely be like a blueberry. That would be the closest thing to it. Like a blueberry and then a gooseberry sort of mixed together.
Ooh, that's good. Yep,
Let's
that's
see
good.
how in depth we can make Iri world build here.
Hey, it's my world. I know exactly what you're eating.
Every berry.
I'm just saying that Lily really likes tart berries, and so whenever she can get
Yeah,
that
it's not really sour, but it does have that kind of gooseberry twist to it. So it is. It's a very good cobbler berry. It's not overly sweet. It's actually really good. And I say this as somebody who makes a lot of berry stuff, cobblers and desserts. I too am a fan. And this Davynn, your veggies also are not local that you can identify, but they taste really good.
Yeah.
And the whole dish is really good. And Kern,
that's the important part.
your plate is very artistically done. Like theirs is very serviceable. It's pretty, but it's very rustic. Your plate has been very artistically arranged, and it's got like little sauces in the corner, and it looks like very finely shaved meats and cheeses have been arranged on it. Not that you identify right away. Like the smells don't quite match up with what you're used to. But it's there and it's pretty.
So something that's like a lot more expensive than it should be, probably.
It looks very expensive. It looks very 5-star.
Guess that's what I get. All right. Well, thank you.
You tuck into your food. Again, good works. The inn has started to kind of calm down a little bit as people start to retire to the rooms. Still fairly crowded, but a lot of the it's kind of broken into groups that are having very quiet conversations over the remnants of dinner, and those that have drunk too much and have passed out at their tables. So that's really the crowd we have going right now here. The conversation is much more muted. It looks like the musicians are even sort of packing up for the night. Yeah, it definitely has the air of sort of closing time. Mm-hmm. What would you guys like to do?
We should probably get this show on the road before it gets too deserted in here. So that
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose.
Let's go break into our own room, guys.
Did you enjoy your desserts?
Quite delicious. Absolutely.
I'm so glad.
Wonderful.
Xylund, you want some of this?
I
No,
can't
thank
remember
you.
the last time I've had dessert this scrumptious.
This cobbler tastes almost exactly like our mother used to make. I have no idea how they've managed that.
I haven't had one of those before.
A
This
mother?
Yes.
Exactly.
Aw.
Can we
But what
dive
if your
into that
mother
later? Or I
delicious
feel like
cobbler
you have
also?
some sort of. I feel like maybe you have some sort of tragic past that we haven't quite exposed yet. I think this would give us a lot of, context about your behaviors recently.
I mean, not really.
I know, but you said we were going to have this conversation eventually, right?
Oh, you want it now?
Yes.
After we
Perhaps
pick.
we should retire to our room.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys sort of regroup and troop your way out to the bungalow that has been indicated by Makaria, room number 3. And it too is fairly sizable from the outside. It's the same stone. There's no windows up front at all, but it has the same glass ceiling to it. And it is very much locked. Very much locked.
Some of us go play Lost Tourist in the hallways to hold up any traffic while Ulric.
But I think we're outside.
Yeah, it's all open.
Oh, it's
yeah, it's all open. They're just bungalows.
Let's do. I'm drunk and I'm throwing up in front of my own door.
That seems believable.
Or what? I mean, it is our room. How about you just pretend you're having trouble with the key?
Because picking a lock and having trouble with a key look completely different.
We can stand around him as a sort of impatient human shield.
We could do that.
Let's do whatever.
Human being.
Well, it just seems like fake vomiting would attract more notice than we need to.
Sometimes being obvious is what keeps people away, especially when you're gross and disgusting.
What is the sleight of hand for?
Pick the room so we can get in.
To pick the room
It's your
stealthily.
thieves' tool.
Yeah, it's Thieves' Tools.
I'm gonna give him an inspiration die because I really want into this room.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, does that mean I get advantage?
No, it means you get to add a d8 to whatever you roll.
Oh.
But your thieves' tools, you get advantage in +1.
Yep.
Wow.
You don't need no help.
Look at
Oh,
that.
no.
Oh, wow.
As Ulric is like pretending to puke, his hand just tips up and just twists.
Open the door like it wasn't even locked.
Yep.
He wasn't necessarily lying about the magic hands, just not in the way you would expect.
Oh, they're multifaceted, trust me.
Mhm. I was disappointed personally. Moving on.
Moving on.
Oh, low blow.
So you get into your room that has been deftly unlocked by Ulric. And again, fairly sizable. There is a single queen-size bed, approximate size. Made, the frame is the same wood as the pillars and everything else, so it does have that sandalwood effect to it. Except it's been inlaid with kind of gold leaf and decorative aspects that everything else lacks. But other than that, it's well made. It's very, very clean. There's a door off to the right that is open, and all you can see from your vantage point is sort of like a tile mosaic on the floor, which is probably the bathroom. But there's a dresser, and there's a desk and a mirror, and all the things that you would normally expect. There is enough room on the floor for everybody, but it will be kind of a tight fit. There are also rugs, fairly nice rugs, and the entire back wall is one big window with curtains attached to it. So Gale's just going to beeline for the bathroom.
Yeah, me
If
too.
you guys are gonna stand there, he's just gonna push you out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to. So is there any? So there's a bathroom. There's like all the other rooms, and then and then there's like the main room.
Mhm.
There any like more private-y type rooms?
It's just the one main room, like the one large room, and then the bathroom to the side. If you look around a little bit, there is a folded up privacy screen or dressing screen, one that's been kind of hinged and just folded into slats that has been stuck underneath the bed that you can sort of use to partition things off. But there's no other separate rooms. This would definitely be considered a lower tiered room in a fancy hotel. It's just but I mean,
So
it's
there's just
nice.
the one bed, eh?
One queen size bed.
I suddenly wish we had
You already
offered him
promised
money.
Ulric.
Yep.
Girls, you get the bed, I get the privacy screen.
No
I can at
objections.
least make it seem like I've got my own room. Although, I might change my mind after that fingers comment.
Well, then at least
I will
get the
say nothing because I want the bed.
All right, so the girls have the bed. Like I said, Gayle has beeline for the bathroom, which is a glorious place that he would like to live in forever. Actually, it's a really nice bathroom. It's got a tub, just a one-person tub, but it is a private bathroom. So it's just got the one tub, it's got a pot,
What?
it's got a sink.
No.
It's a one-person bathroom.
Xylund gets in there first.
Oh, really?
Get out, Gayle.
Wait a minute, let me get his character sheet. We're in PvP.
Gayle, I love you, but I'm taking a bath first.
Hang on. I need to get his stats. Where is he? I didn't think I'd have to PvP. There he is.
PvP for the bath.
Oh, poor Gayle forgot his stats suck so much. Okay.
How about an athletics competition in the doorway so
agree.
you can shove their way in first?
I agree. Athletics. Here we go.
Oh, no, Gayle is.
Nope. No way.
I think he just body
Gayle.
slams.
He got
Gayle
a
out of the way.
9. A 9. Yeah, that ain't happening. Okay, Xylund wins, so Xylund gets to go in first.
Sorry, Gayle.
He's very unhappy. So you get to experience the glories of the bathroom. Again, it's very white and exceptionally clean. This would be like Xylund's dream bathroom. There's no mold. Everything's very bright. It's got that ceiling, but it's all the storm glass, so it's all got kind of that opaqueness to it. But yeah, white, pristine, a little bit of colored tile here and there to make it look nice, and then just a large brass and ivory tub. Yes, Gayle will remember this.
I will find a nice little comfortable soft spot on the floor.
Oh, and the taps have their own hot water. Like, it's just hot coming out of the tap. You don't have to warm it up and add it.
Wow. I'll try to leave it in as good condition as I found it so that Gayle isn't too upset with me.
So I imagine you're just going to live in the bathtub for a little bit.
Well,
That's where he's
about-
going to sleep tonight.
About half an hour anyway.
Okay, with your bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Don't put ideas in your head, please.
Nice Watchmen moment. I love it. Down and say no. Alright, so Xylund is taking his bath, his favorite thing ever. Gayle is fuming outside the door, writing furiously in his journal.
Dear diary, I didn't get to take
Good
a
day
bath.
of bath. Xylund's a bully.
I bought him a meal for a gold piece. Come on.
What about you, Kern?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I guess I will saddle up and just watch the the disaster that is my party try to figure out what they're doing for the night.
You got Lily and Lana whispering. You got Lily and Lana whispering in a corner. Ulric trying to make the privacy screen into a separate room. Gayle writing on the.
If we ever make a consistent opening for this, that recording line needs to be in there.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely a good, on the dust jacket quote there.
The disaster.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to take care of tonight?
Well, I'd like.
Apparently, someone's at the door. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. We're trying to sleep here.
Room service.
Yeah. No. Just gonna steal the privacy screen for a bit and then go to bed, I guess.
I just set that up.
It's only for a bit, Ulric. Surely you can allow woman some modesty.
I mean, if there's a modesty screen, then it wouldn't be a problem.
All right. So everyone gets their night's sleep.
Spell slots
are back. Gayle will eventually get his bath, I'm assuming. After Xylund
eventually
gives it up. Next morning, breakfast is available if you guys want it. But other than that, you are free to do whatever it is you want.
Ulric will take a morning shower or bath or whatever's available.
Wonderful. No.
How long does it take him to shower or bath?
He's a pretty boy, so probably too long.
See, there is a mirror in there as well, so it's like the full.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah.
I can imagine everybody outside at the door all
Come on!
We're like, Ulric!
Come on!
Lily, knowing Ulric as she does, woke up half an hour earlier so that she could get into the bathroom.
Rude. Ulric has to coif his hair and do his makeup and make sure everything fits just right.
Ulric is pretty. Food is
shaves for the
available
first time?
in the main house with no parent payment. Makaria does see you guys as you enter and quietly inquires as to last night's bill. Who would like to be responsible for that tab?
I think separate tabs. I'll take mine and Gayle's.
Yeah, she opened a tab for you, Xylund. You've got your own.
Okay.
Sure, I can take it.
Okay.
How much is it?
Again, she does that assessment sort of thing, just briefly, and says, for the lot of you, say 5 gold.
Oh, cool, that's exactly how much I have.
Allow me to at least cover a portion of that, Davynn.
Well, I have a lot more not gold things, but I have 5 gold exactly.
I've seen them with platinum, Lily. Let them cover it.
Well, fine. Well, at least take this, and she'll pass him a vial of alchemist fire.
Don't drink it. Don't drink it. We've had accidents before.
Indeed. Next time there's a cluster of enemies somewhere, just throw it at them. I think you'll like it.
Probably yes.
So you guys.
Also, that's worth a pretty penny. So.
You guys have settled up. You've had your fill of the breakfast provided, which again, not exactly local fare, but it all tastes pretty good. So just help yourself to what you like.
Before we go, first of all, I didn't settle up for me and Gayle.
Well, you kind of did.
Okay.
She kept your alcohol tab open, but she figured the 2 gold would certainly cover everything that you've had.
Okay. I'll get some more bottles, like maybe. Well, I don't want to run out again, so I'll get like a good 8 bottles worth in wineskins.
Okay.
If possible.
Possible, yes.
Jeez.
Also, do we need provisions for the road?
Yeah. I can cover the provisions for the road.
Also, maybe we should get a map of the area, like where Stone and Whitfeld are in relation to from one of these traders.
That would be a smart thing to do.
Iri, can I retcon something for 2 hours of the previous night?
Depends on what it is.
I wanted to do some alchemizing with the wildflowers that I grabbed, the more sweet smelling ones that I grabbed from the manor. Outside the room, of course, in the, somewhere. Trying to make more those perfumes so that,
Why do we
funds later.
have those? Oh, right.
Funds.
There's not a fantastic place to do it, and there's always the chance that you'll trigger the security of the ding and sitch.
Ah.
I mean, I'll
Okay,
let
well,
you try it, but I will, if you do, as fair warning, I will roll to see if you trigger security.
I'd rather avoid that. keeping a low profile is kind of key, so I'll just wait till we're on the road.
Okay.
Especially since we broke into the room.
Yeah. It is our room, though.
You don't know that.
That's fair. What if you just... yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely got you guys a room. Totally.
Well, yeah. He said you can have my room. He didn't say you could have my key.
No, I meant like if he didn't actually have a room and just named some random dude. But we weren't interrupted in the night, so I think
No,
we're
you're good. You guys seem to be all right. Okay, so rations and wine. Yes.
Yeah. How much does that run us?
How many rations do you want?
New device to it, just
Oh wait,
you can look at
fucking.
the bottom of the record that's on there. I need the one.
I'm actually getting a whiskey, not wine, just in wineskins.
Okay. So for you, Xylund, it will be. Let's see. And you said 8?
Yeah.
4 gold.
Christ. Okay.
Still gonna do it?
Yep.
Okay, great. And then how much you guys want in rations?
Probably about 2 weeks worth of rations for all of us, honestly.
Yeah.
That's... So we have 6 of us, so 6 times...
Well, maybe actually just enough to get us to Whitfeld, because this place is really pricey.
Okay, fair enough. Is that like a week away then?
We don't know.
You don't know.
What
We could
about we can ask one of
isn't-
these traders? Though. I wanted to get a map.
Isn't Whitfeld on this road?
How far away it is from here?
What was that?
Don't I have a decent idea of how far
You have
away it is?
you have a fairly good idea. Yeah, it's less than a week. You guys are maybe a
Yeah.
day or two on the road. Like I said, you've never been here, but you've met other traders who have passed through this inn, and it's a day or two depending on whether or not you've got a wagon, basically. So yeah, it's not far.
So probably like 3 or 4 days of rations then.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many in total?
So 6 times 4 is 24 rations.
Including Gayle.
Oh, yeah, include your...
Another 4, so that's 28.
Okay. So that will run you 3 silver pieces.
3 silver? I can do that.
That's so much cheaper than my whiskey.
You have whiskey.
I should have waited until we got to Whitfeld to...
Buy potato
Oh,
ale.
well, whatever. Oh, that's true. I'll just stick with the whiskey. I don't want to drink Davynn's people.
This is so uncomfortable.
Alright, so we got our liquor, we got our rations, we're all fed, had a good night's sleep, and bath, everybody's cleaned up and relaxed. You are able to get a decent map from one of the traders, which you get for free. Just one of the tinkers, as he's heading out, he just sketches something for you on a bit of parchment. It just shows you where to go. But yeah, it shows you exactly the paths to take. And when he sketches it out for you, Davynn, you get a good kind of mental image
Yep,
So-
I remember this place.
So
I remember that road.
Yep. He starts putting in some of the landmarks. Like, remember that tree that got hit by lightning about 10 years ago? That's right there.
Oh, right, that one!
Yeah. So yeah,
That
that's
one that fell on Old Man Jenkins' house.
exactly. You go past.
While we're talking to
Or
the
old man
tinker,
Dickens.
while we're talking to the tinker, I'm gonna inquire and see if he's interested in some vials of acid.
Not his strong suit, and he kind of gives you a side eye look for it.
Well, I mean, like acid is used in manufacturing of certain things. You know, like
It
could be useful for a
is.
tinker.
Yeah,
Could be. Could be.
melting the tinker stuff.
I don't know. I'm
Not
just
this
trying to
particular
make
tinker.
just trying to make some money, guys.
So yeah, he just kind of focuses on Davynn a little bit, and make sure you know where you're going.
By the way, do you know? Are any of these people clothing traders, cloth traders?
Oh yeah. There's a couple of traveling tailors.
So
Absolutely.
get you out of Lily's shirt.
Yeah, I mean it's a really nice shirt. Don't get me wrong, I like this shirt. It's just not quite my style. And it's a little bit tight around my waist.
Yeah, you can absolutely just get a standard, just like broadcloth style men's shirt for like 2 coppers. It's not fitted to you or anything. It's a little too big, but it's definitely better than what you got going on.
Cool. I'll take
It's
that.
long sleeve as well, so yeah.
Actually, while we're at this, can I look for like a blacksmith or something along those lines, or some sort of weapons?
The tinker is probably your best bet. Tinkers work on and repair weapons. They're a little more common than blacksmiths since they use less equipment. Was there
Right.
something in particular that you needed done?
Yeah, I basically since I left the swords at the house,
Mhm.
and then never actually went back to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Amazing.
looking to get a replacement. No, it was intentional. It was like a tribute kind of thing. And then the moment got ruined, and I figured, well, it's awkward if I just pick it back up. So
Yeah. The best he can do is a short sword. It's not super high quality or anything, but he can furnish you with a short sword. If
Yeah.
that is okay.
I think I'll wait.
Okay.
But thanks.
Because there is a full-on blacksmith shop in Whitfeld, if you recall. So
right, yes.
you can get armaments there. All right, so everyone's good to go.
Seems that way.
All right,
Onward to Potato Town.
onward to Potato Town.
I have wanted to see Whitfeld ever since Michael first brought it up.
All right, so we're headed to Whitfeld. I wish I
My
had.
dreams will become reality.
If I had thought ahead enough and not been dumb, I would have stolen Sin's overland music here. But I didn't.
Just type in BitQuest and add it.
Mhm.
Just type in BitQuest and then add it to the playlist.
That's like
Just play it.
work.
It's like 15 seconds to get awesome music. Iri.
All right, I'll do it. What's it
We
called?
can wait. BitQuest, I think Sid said. I don't actually know.
Yeah, BitQuest.
BitQuest. Oh my lord.
Interstitial music. Dude.
Interstitial
Do,
music.
do, 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 do.
Did it add? Yeah, it did.
I can't hear it because I still have to use my freaking phone.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it
Hey.
is.
There it is.
Hooray!
There we go.
This is the Whitfeld theme song.
I'm gonna leave it on for
Pretty much,
Whitfeld too. Yeah, it's too perfect.
This is actually like what Lana starts playing when we get in the cart somehow.
With a,
No, the
with
Whitfield
a,
theme song.
We have
with a
our overland
lute? How am I
music.
doing that with a lute?
You guys are traveling along. It's actually a really pretty day after the terror and the messed up weather and ghosties and everything else you guys have been dealing with. It's actually super nice to be in the sun and relative calm. And you're in sort of a small caravan, really, of people that are also heading north up the same roads that you are. There's another smaller wagon. There's a couple people on horseback, nice and spread out, so you're not crowding one another, but you're all kind of traveling the same way. So it does take you 2 days approximately to get there, but you will get there in the morning. I will assume no disaster befalls you.
That's good.
And
It's usually not an assumption.
you're able to camp easily, and you have your rations, and Xylund has his wine and is still able to drive.
Whiskey.
Or whiskey, excuse me, is still able to drive effectively.
When we do camp, I take the time to identify the carpet more fully.
Okay, it's magic carpet.
Surprise.
Okay.
It's very clearly a magic carpet. Like, it very clearly is a magic carpet.
I'm marking off 14 rations.
Yes, please. So on dawn of the second day, we arrive to the gates of Whitfeld.
This is totally Whitfeld.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited for this.
Me too. This is awesome.
365 days later, since the first time that Whitfeld was mentioned.
What, Sid?
I'm impressed Iri had a tab for this. It's like she knew what we were doing.
I've had a tab for Whitfeld for so long now. Yes, Whitfeld. You arrive at Whitfeld, which is a very tiny town. Very tiny town. And the most prominent feature that you can see as you arrive is in the center of town is this massive sort of cob and stone block fort-ish. It dominates over all the rest of the buildings, which very much as pictured are real simple timber and thatch sort of things. But yeah, the fort is clearly the center of the village and seems to be where most of the people... That's cute. I just saw you guys on the side. Seems to be where the wagons and the other horses that were sort of traveling with you is where they're gravitating to. Is this fort in the center of town? Davynn, would you like to tell the people about your home?
So when we get in there, I'm gonna have to show you guys everything. Like my mom's place is over on the other side of town, but that's not really important. There's the inn over there. That's where old man McCready lives.
So, this is where potatoes come from.
Oh. This is quaint.
Rather
Is that-
eye-opening.
Is there a market of some sort here, Davynn?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, was I on mute the entire time?
No.
You're good.
No, you're there.
People just kind of ignore you and do their own thing.
Yeah.
Aw.
Get used to it.
No, I heard Old Man McCready, at the inn, and Mom's place on the other side of town.
Yeah, he makes wonderful potato oil, and there are tons of potatoes that come from over here. Don't you hear? We even have like a whole theme song about it.
Could you sing this?
Hi ho, we're going to farm potatoes. And then we don't really know the rest of it, but we just kind of improvise around that one part.
This is everything I wanted it to be.
It really is a very cute little town. It really is. So as you go past,
And up there is the church of the church of Rildis, yeah.
I'll be staying far away from there then.
Oh, but the people there are really nice. They actually raised me.
They don't like people like me very much there.
You were raised by the Church of Rildis?
Partially, yeah.
Oh.
How about we,
explains things.
Did they know about your... And Lana will gesture at the arm.
No, I didn't really have... I will gesture back.
Yep.
How about we go check up on your mom?
Yeah.
Nice to
Yes.
better see you again.
now, Davynn, you would know that at this time of day, your mom, who still works extensively with the church, at least she did when you left, all those many weeks ago, she would actually be in the fort. She would not be at home.
The forge.
Fort.
Oh.
She's in the fort.
So yeah, chances are she's probably gonna be up in the church.
Well.
Perhaps my sister and I.
Better to stay with them than be two lone foreigner tieflings in the middle of the road, I think.
Just don't.
Yes, but the church, sister.
I'm aware.
I'm not fond of them either, but we can behave.
I suppose.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Don't say
Exactly.
that. Please, God, don't say that. Don't mention I'm sure you know this, but don't mention the scales of the magic, please, Davynn. Or you may find they're not so kind to you anymore.
Let's just
I never mentioned it back when I lived here, anyways.
let's not say the M word while we're here.
Well,
I
let's
like
just
this.
say that I have been rather scarred by churches, and I would prefer. Well, fine, we can go.
Well, it's like a small church. It's a small town.
I heard
People
fort.
don't really.
Yeah,
I know,
me too.
but like it's a small town, and people here don't really jump to conclusions like that. They see you around and maybe think you're weird or something, but they're nice here.
Time to see if Whitfeld is racist.
Lily, just hide all your stuff.
All right. So
It's well hidden, Kern.
as you guys push on, because again, it's not a super large town, so even this conversation is going to take you all the way to the gates of the fort. The fort, as mentioned, massive complex, fully walled. It's got massive pillars up front, and this is very much the center of the community. You can see kids running around inside. There are people who appear to be meeting and trading in sort of a makeshift market. There is a building that is very clearly a Church of Rilbus. It's got the Umbrum on the front. You see at least 3 people with various forms of insignia, all from the church, ranging from a man in full armor to 2 people with just sort of the layman's version. And standing in the center, kind of corralling this gaggle of children, is a woman not much taller than Davynn, but a very strong family resemblance. Dark hair, just wearing very simple clothing with an apron. Looks up at the incoming traffic, as the horses come in, followed by your cart. Catches Davynn's eye, raises a hand in welcome, and as she turns to walk up, we will stop for today.
Cliffhanger! as she starts to walk up, she immediately cries, "They're a witch! Burn them!"
Shot by an arrow.
That's not my son.
Yeah, we have a couple people who need to cut out, so I'm trying to end on time.
Oh, okay.
But we will definitely pick up from here next session and begin our adventures in Whitfeld that I'm so excited you guys are now having.
It took a year.
Let's see if we can leave it intact.
Yeah, we need to burn it all down.
That's not a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah. What places have we left that haven't